for those of you who are tracking throughout the week, and then also tonight, sorry for the delay on the start here, but we were getting things together and discussing things as far as story goes, because we didn't get to play till way later than initially anticipated, but that's how D&D goes. So first of all, welcome Josh and Bucky to the table.
Hey, hello. What's up?
For the first time.
Actually here.
Yes. More to come, I'm sure. So what we're going to be playing today is a little event that I'm randomly naming Chongo and Friends.
Oh yeah, good. I was going to say, I think the name should be The Return of Chongo and Friends.
So what's happening tonight is we're playing a game set in Evrand in a different part of the world than the current ongoing party, but drastic changes and things that happening tonight take place and happen in part of that greater world. So the party may come into contact with things you guys have done or destroyed or altered or otherwise.
You guys want to burn down DiTherr? Just burn down the whole fucking town, the four of us.
Tell us when.
So, we have the return of Oz, who we met as most of the beginning of the campaign.
Hello!
Sean's character. Chongo, who plays the bongos, is back.
They're on screen. You're good.
Hey.
Yeah, he came back to resume his role. And I guess we'll just have a brief introduction. Bucky, we'll start with you, of who your character is, just so people can...
My character's name is Saul Johnson. He is a druid, Circle of the Twilight, and is one half of Johnson & Johnson, a family company. This is my other half.
My name is Lou Johnson. I'm a half-elf UA-style ranger, sniper. And we work to make sure we solidify contracts, make sure that we don't do anything to glorify the hippie nature of our parents.
Yep.
Screw nature.
Yes, fuck nature.
Yes. And we just need to make money, make our living, and just truck along until we die again.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
All right.
That left me with several questions that are going to go unanswered.
Maybe not. If that's how they introduce themselves to you in game.
It's fair. Yeah.
So, we set the town, we're set in the city of DiTherr, a southern port city based heavily on entertainment. The entertainment industry is rampant in DiTherr, as is the coffee trade, as well as bits of black market and other things. As things go when you are using combat and combat-based things for your primary form of entertainment, there's a lot of betting, there's a lot of rigging, and things of that nature. So there is combat in the form of singular one-on-one combat. There is party-based combat versus other parties. There is monster-based combat. So people, they truck in monsters from all over. They have people who go out, monster hunters, I guess, if you will, who bring in monsters for people to fight for entertainment. Everything from pretty common things like you'd see like lions and bears in a traditional gladiatorial arena to much larger, more dangerous things, which we may see some of tonight. Also, there are options to fight to first blood, options to fight to unconsciousness, and then also options to fight to the death. Increasing value of money and reward associated with that. DiTherr is a fan of fine art painting. A lot of self-made artists here in the city, as well as famous artists, come from this area. Again, coffee is one of the biggest things they like to have a lot of here, almost to an obsession level. And it's not grown anywhere nearby. It's trucked in, or I guess shipped in, if you will. But everybody is relatively down to earth. A lot of people that are about kind of making their own way, however they see fit. And that is more or less it's ruled by a democracy council. But again, a lot of potential shadowy underbelly stuff goes on here, because if I can rig a fight, I can make a lot of money. Or I can be like, yeah, I heard there's someone on this and I take him out, then they don't show up to the fight, then I win, kind of a thing. So, black market and thieves guild stuff, definitely something that can happen in here. It's also a larger city, so it's going to have a lot more access to people and magical items and things like that than you would have in a lot of the cities that the party's been in so far, which have been northern frontier towns.
Yeah.
This is a port, coastal city nearby, a lot more things to gain access to. So,
Oz is pumped.
that's where we are today. We've established kind of a little bit beforehand that most of the party, if not all of the party, is very much keen to go their own way as long as the money is right. So I will. How about I set the tone this way? So you guys are all in the market for money to gain whatever contracts, and I'll throw it out there this way. One of the monster arena, if you will, there has been a buzz about the town that you've all gathered through your own different means of figuring this out, that there are scouts watching that. There are people with some pretty high profile jobs that are watching that to see which groups do the best there, to choose them if they survive, to go out and do whatever their task is. Talk of rewards of money as well as whatever is found on the journey. But you need to prove yourself in the arena. No one knows who the marks are who are offering these, but it's just kind of the general buzz that's happening. So you guys are all that variety. So that being said, any interest in trying your luck?
Alright, so Johnson,
Yeah.
and Chongo and friends.
Wait, one second here. Chongo and friends.
Chongo and friend.
What do you refer to him as Chongo and friends?
Hey man, everyone's a friend of Chongo's, alright?
I like Chongo.
Hey, he's alright. Go on.
I honestly forgot what I was saying.
I believe you introducing everyone. This is a good start. Money?
Yeah, that, sure,
Right.
if you'd like.
Yeah, I love money.
Chongo?
It's great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
What do you have in mind? What are your skills? We haven't really seen you in action before.
Oh, well, I am littler than most people, so they
Say that,
think
Nick.
that, they underestimate me. Also, I found this out. You guys can't take advantage of this because you're all big. You can get out of any manual labor by just saying, but I'm so little. Like, they just do the things for you.
We'll write that down.
So little.
You can use that.
I also, while I'm doing this, I am trying to pickpocket them with my mage hand.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check.
I think a 21.
Who are you trying to pickpocket?
Ooh, I just met them, and this is crazy. But I'll go with Lou.
Alright. What do I need to do anything?
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception, I believe, is a 17.
Alright. So your shadow invisible mage hand. What do you have in your pockets?
Not much.
Give me a thing that he could snag.
10 gold as a maximum here. I have a couple of vials of things. I have a jar with a tadpole in it with tentacles in its
You
mouth.
grab that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
And then also, I do this. And now I have your thing. Here you go.
watch him.
What? Why are you losing that?
I gave it to him.
Wait, what are you gonna give me?
I gave him that jar.
You gotta keep an eye on that. It's important.
I work from far away, not up close. Up close and personal.
Shit.
Not your forte either.
I have 2 questions.
Right.
One of them is, wait, that's important?
Which bit?
The tentacle fish monster thing that I gave you.
It's important to me.
Oh, sorry.
It's very important to him.
And,
No more questions about that. What's your second question?
what do you do?
I sit very far back. I do a lot of damage where I'm shooting. That's what I do. He tracks, I shoot.
Alright, let's go find some stuff to shoot.
That sounds like a great plan.
Right?
Right, so
Right.
you though, Chongo and friends. Is that the last name and friends, or was that just referring to the people around you?
You know, little column there, little column big.
What you do, Chongo?
I do this and performance.
Good start.
It's 27.
Oh, fuck, he's good.
He's much better than Dad was.
Oh god, don't get me started with that.
Thanks, man.
Fuck, alright,
Oh, he was bad.
real bad.
He was really bad. You're very good.
Thanks, man.
You're very welcome. Thank you for enriching us with that.
Pressed.
It's
That's
like,
actually, that's not his best work.
that was like 2
Really?
minutes.
I've heard better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I know you from.
You just remember? Oh my god. Yeah, that's fair. You meet a lot of people.
That was a good day, man.
Dad couldn't beat that.
I don't know if they're talking about their actual father or if they have a friend named Dad.
No, I mean, you couldn't beat the
Oh, no,
Congos.
man.
It's a pun. Like,
Oh, yeah.
How the fuck have I told
Yeah.
you that puns?
Yeah.
you told me you love them.
You're fucking right, but I have to get them first.
Right. That's why I
Alright.
explained them to you.
Gentlemen, I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a guy who knows a guy
Good start.
who steals things.
That's you.
right, right.
And a different guy.
Oh, right.
Oh.
And he told me that at the certain monster arena, there might be some scouts looking to hire some people to make some money.
There's something wrong with your hand.
I have a lot of things wrong with my hand.
Oh.
Don't ask.
Alright.
So my thought was it was a group thing, and Chongo and friends we're mighty, but we're not a group. So if we all pool our resources, we might be able to do something impressive.
What do you want to do? You like it?
Oh, I mean, it's money, and we haven't quite struck up anything yet.
Yeah, we do need money.
Arena's not really my favorite, though.
Me neither.
But I guess it's necessary.
I mean, are either of you good fighters?
Kinda.
Better than not.
Alright.
I have not died yet.
I mean,
then
that's
you
obvious.
just-
He's sitting right here. Look,
Would you shut up?
What? True. He's died. But he's good now. He's learned.
He got better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, not on others.
Yeah.
I had a friend who died once.
Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
about
What happened to him?
Oh, he got better.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good on him. Good on him.
Alright.
Alright, so what do you want to do? You want to get in some fights and see what we can do? I mean, I can support.
I don't have a better idea.
Alright, I mean, yeah. We're
Would
not
you
doing
guys-
much.
Would you like to just fight, or like again? I'm better at a distance. I don't want to go punching anyone.
I just met you guys, but I think we all are better at a distance.
I
Right.
mean, yeah.
So
So
it's something small, but
what-
we need to prove
I
ourselves.
make things better not to die over time.
better.
Not.
I don't understand what that means.
And keep you alive a little longer.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, I like that.
I mean, that's about.
That would have been
Yeah.
fucking useful. I had a different adventuring party, and they did not do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
They died. I'm guessing.
I assume so.
Oh.
You seem very torn up about it.
Well, I have many emotions about it.
So you're a person. That's great.
They were making decisions that were gonna make us die, and I didn't want to die.
That's smart.
So
Very
I-
smart.
survivors.
So I left.
Survival's important, yeah.
Now we need to bring this up though, because if we're going to be working together and we're going to be tackling these things,
Yeah.
you're not just going to leave in the middle of this.
No. I only abandon people when we are having a conversation and they don't listen. So if we're fighting things,
Right.
I'm good.
I just realised I like him too. He's good. Like him.
Did it. Chongo, up top.
You've been better with people. I'm sure. I trust your judgment.
Yeah. They're good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be back there. You're going to be the one listening to them. So,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
and if he runs, I can shoot him.
You got a good point, but keep the trigger finger out for a little while. I think we're good.
All right. You didn't hear that.
Yeah, they fucking did.
Yeah,
You said
what?
out loud, you fucking idiot.
So what? Right. So what are we facing?
What do we want to fight? What do we want to do?
It's the arena. It's over there. I don't know. We can check the board.
Yeah, the ball's fine.
Alright, so you guys go over to check this monster fighting board, which has a name that I'm spacing on. Very much themed after Smash Brothers. I can't remember anymore. So we're just gonna go with.
Spirit board?
Let's call it the. Go to the spirit board. And you look at the monster arena, and it has some options for you. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't give you true specifics. It gives you difficulty levels, right? You've got easy, medium, hard, very hard, and like expert, right?
Bitch, you gonna die.
Oh, you coming?
Yeah, maybe. And then under each option, there is several things to choose from.
Okay.
And there's like a cup. So which section do you want to look in? Remember, you're trying to prove yourself, but you also want to prove yourself by not dying.
Yeah, that's right.
So you decide which one, and then I'll tell you a couple options that are there with like their description, and then you can make a choice what thing you would like to face.
Mm-hmm.
We all seem anti-death,
Yeah, quite.
so not
mean-
dying.
To some extent. Something should die.
Not us.
Well, not us, no.
No.
Something should, just not us.
So moderate difficulty. Save ourselves for the bigger fish, as it were, for
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't like fish.
Or bigger bear, wolf.
Alright, bear's good.
Whatever animal.
Gopher.
Yeah.
Oh. Like a dire gopher?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
It's like a gopher, but he doesn't take joy in life. He's very serious, very dire.
Oh, they said dagger gopher.
No, what's that?
That's exactly my question.
Why would I know?
it's just a gopher, but it's got a dagger in its mouth.
I thought it just gives daggers. I think yours better.
Is it bad that that's what I want to rededicate my life? Training a gopher to stab when I'm in combat. If like something goes down and I need a weapon, dagger gopher.
Hey, Sonny.
Thanks, Charles. That's what I named him, Charles.
Sonny, I
Nice.
just had an idea.
Yeah.
See, with your ability to change, I have a dagger,
Mhm.
and you can change. We
Yeah.
can make this a reality later.
I mean, we really could. We really could.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's only if we win.
Right.
This
You
is
don't
the
get
best.
it for free.
We can do that.
This is the best adventuring party I've been a part of.
Chongo's
do that.
interest level just went from low to medium.
And
All
medium
right.
is a level of difficulty we should be looking for.
There we
Alright.
go.
So you guys are
That's
looking
called
for
segues,
a
friend.
medium difficulty creature. Okay. So
Any dagger go first on the list?
Let's hear him out.
It's like a Tonberry.
Is it actually a dagger gopher? Because I would love that.
no, I wish there was. All right. So your options for medium difficulty creatures are. It has on the list for one of the descriptions says ooze. Nothing more than that.
Also not very flashy.
No.
It's gotta be Flash.
Gotta be flashy.
Actually, Chongo has said.
Let's see.
Chongo. It's right there. You just said it.
Flashy.
See? You said it again. Listen.
Flashy.
Use your power. Say it one more time.
Flashy.
Drew crafts some like flowers behind him that just.
Another one says naga.
Nah.
Not going
One
over
says ghost boar. What does that mean? I don't know.
Boring.
One says giant. And then the other one says you see sloth. And then you see bear. Those are your
I
options
vote.
for medium.
Giant or ghost boar?
You also have the option to combine them if you want any of them to fight two at once.
Giant ghost boar.
I mean, it would be two creatures.
See, I was thinking giant sloth bear.
That's three.
That's
That's three enemies.
Bongo, you seem very good with potentially causing people to gather and maybe hear some information. We'll be able to scout out and see if people are talking about whatever's on the list. See if we can get more of a honed-in idea of what we'd be looking for.
You know, I do often draw a crowd, so I can see if anyone wants to talk.
Alright, you can make me a general charisma check. We'll see what you can come up with here.
Let's see how good he is, I
Yeah. I do. 24 passive perception.
It's not the best. Do I have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's a charisma check, so we would add half his proficiency bonus, right?
Would.
So you add that extra 2.
So 18.
18. Okay. So the goal is to see what things people have been interested in. Okay. So.
Or rather, not just that, but to see if people are talking about what the thing is on the list actually.
Or some people are saying
I
a
see.
certain thing coming out.
Yeah.
Okay. On all lists or just the list you guys are involved in?
Just the list, or
Just the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Narrow down.
Okay. So from what you're able to gather just from listening in around people, and Chongo kind of makes his way in. And Chongo's surprisingly good at not being seen when he doesn't want to be, but when he wants to be seen, look out. Everybody sees Chongo.
Everybody sees Chongo.
Chongo's a glamour bard too, to throw that out there. So he's very good at drawing a crowd.
Right.
It's true.
Out of what was mentioned, there was talk that the bear was supposedly from the frigid north. So that was
Okay.
that was probably one of the longest things carded here. Exactly.
That's flashy.
Flashy.
That's so flashy.
The sloth, there was a little conversation about, like, so you think sloth? No, this thing is giant sized. The sloth. There's not a lot of love for the ooze, but there was talk about something that was on the hard list that was an ooze that was very interesting. You hear that. And these oozes, not so great. And the ghost boar, let's see. They talk about how it was extremely difficult to catch because it can move around with magic. Teleport.
Literally flashy.
Literally flashy.
That was on your list of possibilities.
Oh, and the one dude,
that now.
2 of the dudes are arguing because the one dude's like, "Man, did you see that Naga?" And they're like, "No, dude, no." And he's like, "It's actually kind of hot." And he's like, "Dude, shut up. You're fucking weird. That's weird." And he's like, "No, but did you see it though? Like, its face, it's pretty fucking hot." And he's like, "Dude, it's got a snake bite." He's like, "I know, but like, think about it. Think about it."
Don't king shame, bro.
That's basically what you're able to get from these guys. Oh, I will tell you that there was talk in the very hard section. There's people mentioned the ghost dragon.
Right, so staying away from that shit, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No ghost dragon.
Very nice work.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what you feel now? You're narrowed down to ghost boar and
The bear?
no, it wasn't bear, was it?
Giant.
The bear was
Giant.
exotic.
Giant sounds impressive.
Giant sounds special. The bear was exotic, though. It came from way far away.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, not. You would hear it's not even from this continent. It's from nope, not Nidaria, Cindaria.
So
It's
not
the
only
other
would you
continent, the
attract
ice
people,
continent to the north.
it would be educational for people who don't know what it is.
Right, and we can educate them on how good we are in the process. Right?
Sure, yeah.
Bear?
Yeah.
Bear.
And they did say, as a possibility, we could combine 2. Is that something we want to do, or we just want to show, hi, teaching lesson with a bear, now hire us? Is that a plan? Or do we want to make it more flashy?
You had me at that. It was very convincing.
Oh, I should do that more often.
I would. Okay, when you heard about the Naga, who's actually kind of hot, did you hear a gender pronoun?
All Nagas are female.
Yeah. It's a she.
Yeah. Whatever.
We're gonna kill it, doesn't matter what it is.
Well, if it was hot, I wanted to see it. But
Got a point.
Gross.
I mean, think about it. Just think about it.
I am thinking about it.
Yeah.
What we could do is go, I was signing up for this, but he really just wants to take up.
Oh, that's a good point, Chongo.
We might make that one guy real sad if we kill that dog.
That's true.
Mm.
How invested are you in making that one man very sad?
Chongo likes
That
to
one
control
man could
that
be the
sad.
one who's gonna hire us.
And Chongo doesn't like to make anyone sad. I can appreciate that.
I do appreciate that.
And you guys hate nature?
It's not a favorite.
I mean, yeah.
So do you want to kill the nature stuff, like the bear and the sloth, or? I was just thinking of the effect it would have. Like I had this mental image of me stabbing the shit out of a giant and the long fall.
But you mentioned his size earlier.
I mean, it
I'm
doesn't matter.
so
Kill
little,
nature.
guys.
No, I don't really care. It just whatever's going to get us the most attention and not kill us.
Have you ever stepped on a bug?
Have I ever stepped on a bug?
Right.
Not purposefully.
Right, accidentally.
Yeah.
Because they're so small you didn't see it.
Yeah, definitely. Not
I don't know where
definitely.
you're going with it.
He's small, giant's big, accidental step.
Oh yeah, but like I'm aware-ish of giants.
Before you're squashed.
Yeah, before I'm squashed, so I hadn't thought of this. So yeah, the Naga. I don't know, man.
Bear's good
Bear.
for me.
Well, Bear. I'm locked on. I'm asking Bear
Yeah.
Plus.
Bear plus.
Are we doing Bear Plus?
I mean, it would be more flashy if we did plus.
Right. We handle that?
But then there are two things trying to hit us,
Right.
and none of us want to get hit.
But there's 4 of us. It's only,
Or we do the one. Do it. If we don't get work, we just do a second one.
You also would know
Brilliant.
Don't worry about it.
that the it's called the there's a possibility that the other things you're fighting might fight each other because they're not on the same team either.
Could fight each other.
I heard something from a passerby say they may fight each other.
Yeah, but then I feel like that won't look good for us. Like, you got into an arena and watched two things fight each other and then picked off the loser.
That's true. Well, watch their shitty teamwork. Look how good we work.
I hadn't thought of that.
Oh, I hear your point. You're right. Right, I'm good for just the bear.
Let's try the bear, see what happens.
And again,
Yeah, that's-
educational experience. We don't
You
know
know,
what we're getting.
He's into it. Chongo's a little out of practice.
Oh, he's into it.
That's true. I don't have my
It's been a
land
while.
blades
It's
yet.
been a while since we got work. That's
Oh,
fine.
a bit rusty, yeah.
I've been out at sea for months, so I gotta get my land legs. Is that a thing?
That is, it's a thing.
Those are words I said.
It's a thing because you brought it into existence.
I can make it a thing if it's not a thing.
You certainly can. All words are made up anyway.
What do you mean?
And someone made them up at some point, right?
Who? What? I don't.
People.
Chongo.
What?
What?
You made up all words?
He is very good.
Very good. I like them. They're fun.
Alright, yeah, let's fight a bear, but a cold one.
A code.
Exotic.
Cold bear.
Exotic, flashy cold bear.
And then when we're done, we can have a cold
Beer. Yeah, okay. Good. I do like beer.
That one got.
Have you guys ever been to Bricken's Homestead?
No, sorry.
Have you guys ever been to Bricken's Homestead?
No.
I think it's gone. But when it was there before it was gone,
All right.
they made this stuff called Starshine. It warms you up and makes you want to die all at the same time. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I think the whole town's destroyed though.
That's real sad.
You guys heard about the Black Dragon. You
Yeah.
actually saw it
We saw
fly
it last year,
Yeah.
over from where you guys are.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
But if you can find any, if you go to like if you go to Felliston, they probably have some there.
Which, again, you would know is the land of 1,000 pubs, where they supposedly have 1,000 pubs.
And a TGI Fridays.
And no, three Billies. Felliston's up north.
Oh, up north.
That's yeah, they have Billies. Billies is basically TGI Fridays. They have like 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, remember
see,
that one
let's see.
client we had? Oh, thank you very much. The one client we had where he didn't really
Wanna
have
take,
quite the money to pay
Chongo
us, so
and
he brought us to
Oz, put you
Billy's
guys over here.
instead.
Yeah.
They had good appetizers.
Yeah, good. It was good. It's good.
Yeah. Service was a bit shit though.
That's actually, I had the exact same experience.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't
Sir.
just us because.
They also, I don't know what you guys are into. They also, you can buy. There's this place. They sell alcohol in teacups. You get to keep the teacup. Teapots. Sorry, teapots.
Is it like a hot toddy?
No, it's cold.
So it's a cold
Cold
toddy?
drink in a teapot?
Yeah.
Is the teapot special? It's just a teapot.
No, it's just a teapot. Yeah.
I've heard of a type of drink called like a sake. Sometimes it's...
No, it wasn't that. I think they called it unicorn piss.
Yep, that's what they called it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was unicorn piss.
That's not a very good name.
No.
It is a delightful drink, though. It is misleading.
Alright.
So I guess with the name, it
I mean, I'll give it a try.
wards off people from having it, so you're more
I mean,
You guys,
right?
you guys obviously haven't been to Peliston.
We've just been...
That's not a deal breaker there.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there once just for collecting payment.
Yeah.
That's really it.
We
didn't
spent
stay very long.
we spent a couple days there trying to get a ship and find a captain sober enough to get us out of there.
Right.
And the only way we could do it is by getting a sober captain drunk enough to take us out. Which, like, man, totally blew my mind.
That's good. That's good.
But that's what happened. He's Dick. He's down by the harbor. He's pretty great. He's got Barry. He's a golem that shoots out beer. He's made out of hay.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, he's pretty great. Yeah.
That sounds great.
He was a dick, though.
No. Dick.
Name is
Dick and Barry.
That was the name.
There's a
Dick,
name.
Barry.
It's short for Ditchard. It's called
Ditchard.
Dick for short.
Better than stitched.
It's true.
All right. So for those of you in the in the chat, reliquary still in effect. So if you guys tip it, some weird shit's gonna happen. Charges in effect for all of these gentlemen. Oz has an ultimate. We're gonna let these two, even though it makes no sense, have access to Ozzy and Post's ultimate.
Sure.
Chongo does not have an ultimate at this point, but if Chongo gets 10 charges tonight, Chongo will get an ultimate that is well worth Chongo's.
Chongo.
It's flashy.
How much is it for a charge?
$5 for one charge.
You watch as Sean goes through his bank account.
Thinking, I don't have $50 on me.
She just slipped him a 50.
Slipping the alcohol, poor decisions.
Yeah, alright, let's get this down.
So I'm putting a list right now in the chat of all of the ultimates for all of the different classes, or the different, shows. So if you're curious, by all means, charge count. Oz has 1, and then 0 for the other 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the current charge count as we stand. Again, I have worked with our Twitch engineer. He's putting together a means to have us have an on-screen overlay for all of this that I can control. Writing the custom APIs to get all that to work is taking a little bit longer than expected, but soon. Okay, so you guys enter into the arena. You see it before you here. Sorry, internet. The cameras, I don't think we'll be able to reach. I'm working on a good cam for that as well. We'll get there slowly. But basically, we're looking at a 50 by 50 arena, circular arena. Party comes in one door. A portcullis raises, and in comes a creature from the other end. Let me tell you a little bit about this creature. So, thick white fur, obviously ignore that the mini is brown. Thick white fur coats this hulking ursine, and massive crystalline shards of ice protrude from its shoulders. When it lets out a mighty roar, frigid breath dances between the jagged sprouts of ice that form its teeth. This creature is large size, so the mini is accurate to the size, and you can see that again it looks like a polar bear, but it's got again a tuft of kind of like almost like a mantle of thicker white fur. There are, if you think about like a dire bear from other editions, but all of the bones make them out of ice. Claws, hands encased from elbow joint down in ice like claws. Teeth are actually made out of ice. And it seems a little put off because DiTherr's, it's pretty, I mean, it is, at this point, it is autumn, right? So we are in basically this, the way the months work, in the 7th month of the year, so the 1st and the 8th month are winter. So we're in autumn time, but DiTherr is pretty south. So it's like around 60, 70 degrees or so. So the bear is really out of place. It is, so the map or plastic dungeon model, I built a terrain model, so it's in the middle here.
If you want, I will post it as a story on my Instagram.
Yeah,
Just
go for it.
to the Xyroxis, the beard, it's in chat for spelling, and you'll get to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I don't think I have a cam set up.
Natural 20!
Yeah!
Keep it.
Start off strong.
I think I can very quickly switch here. See right here in the gray? This is our dungeon. That's what we're playing in.
And how high are the walls that we're in?
So the walls are, we'll say, 19. No, I'm just kidding.
19.75.
The walls are about 20 feet high.
Okay.
So you're in a 20-foot arena, and there are bleachers up where a bunch of people are here cheering you on or cheering the bear on. You see there's definitely some people that are into their cups, yelling about. You don't see any, protective dome, so you're not sure if your things can go errant and off into the crowd.
Okay.
And that may just be what happens. So, let's start by everybody rolling initiative.
Ooh, that's a good way to start.
Alright, Josh.
Let's see what my modifiers to a natural 1. 5.
5. Bucky or Saul, right?
Yeah. 20.
20. Chongo?
25.
Oz.
13.
Alright, well, there you go. And then the bear. Yes, you can imagine that chat. You guys are all in the bleachers watching the fight.
Yeah.
And the bear.
Some chance going
Hi,
for
chat.
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Chongo. Chongo.
I'm just imagining like Rose
That's what I was thinking. I was trying to
Go, Chongo. Go,
Advantage
Chongo.
on initiative rolls using the UA ranger.
Yeah.
11.
So nothing changes.
Nothing has changed.
Alright, so Chongo, you are up first.
Hmm.
You see this bear? It's about 40 feet away from you across the arena. It seems unsettled by the terrain and the change in temperature, but it sees you all, and it seems like it's ready to make a charge.
Alright. I'm gonna start with some, mantle of inspiration, So everyone gets a, 30 feet? Duration of this.
It's okay.
No, just your movement speed again, I think.
So everybody gets, it's a bonus action, right? Mental inspiration.
Bonus action.
Alright, so
Gain 8 temporary hit points.
8 temporary hit points.
And you can make your reaction up to your movement speed without provoking opportunity attacks, but no one's facing it.
Alright.
So if you go to health, just in there, 10.
so 8 temporary hit points, yeah.
50, 20.
Yeah, you can use
30.
you can all immediately
35.
use a reaction to move up to your movement speed if you wish, without provoking opportunity attacks. As part of it.
Lou is going to run, wall run.
Yeah.
And he's going to go, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, and he's just going to be sideways 20 feet up, looking.
I like how we all just ran away from Chongo, so now it's Chongo versus a bear.
Alright, Chongo, that was your bonus action.
Well, that's the way he likes it,
Yeah.
Again.
Chongo gets all the attention.
Actually, no, I'm gonna
All eyes on
also
Chongo.
Also trinkets and everything else.
just
all
gonna move into the
like-
corner there because I don't want to be by myself and
Yeah, that's
you guys are
fine.
scaring me. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Start with a vicious mockery thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw. Yes. For the bear. Bear gets a 17.
I was gonna 16, so I still safe.
So you yell out some vicious wording at the bear, and it's just like,
Stupid bear.
and it's like, as if it doesn't understand any language. So
Did you up it when your proficiency bonus went up?
just keep an eye on it. Either way, it got a 17, but
Yeah.
so Salt.
So I think
5 plus
what
8
I'm
is
gonna
13
do
plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
is
So saves.
Yeah, it still saves, but you're using 17.
I will,
Yeah, that's right.
from
Yeah,
where I
that's
am,
fine.
summon a wall of fire in
Okay.
a circle around the bear.
Oh, look.
That's 15 feet
Oh,
high.
look.
Oh, look at that.
We've got Wall of Fire minis.
Look at that. So yeah, there's now a ring of fire. Around
Goes
the
down,
bear.
down, down. Goes
Down,
higher.
down, down.
Let's hope.
Look at that. Wall of Fire. You get to use those minis finally.
But I'm going to make it 15 feet so that
He can
my
still see
brother
everything.
can still see the bear.
Okay. So, and it takes damage immediately?
When it hits, when the bear runs through it.
Okay. But the fire is facing it, I assume, right? You
Yeah.
choose the direction.
Let's see. I can... When the wall appears, each creature in its area must make a dexterity saving throw, which is, let's see, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high and 1 foot thick.
Right, but it's immediately when it happens. And you can choose the direction the fire's on, I believe.
Oh,
So if the fire faces inward, it's cool on the other side.
oh, yeah, I guess I'll do that.
That happens at the end, I think.
Okay. One side of the wall selected by you when you cast deals 5d8 fire damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side or inside the wall.
I think it also says in the first part, it
Creature
says
takes
when
the
it
same
appears.
damage when it enters the wall for the first time on
Yep.
turn or ends its turn there.
Okay, so I'm going to say that it counts because you're probably going to have it face inward.
Okay.
So he's going to make a dex save.
Yep.
Oop, that's an 8.
Yep, that's a fail.
Go ahead and roll me
5d8.
some fire damage.
Alrighty.
And the crowd goes wild seeing this wall of fire appear.
That's a lot of 8s and 7s.
That's always
so
good.
that's 16 plus 7 is 23, and then 2 more is 33.
33. You watch as the bear loses it. It is freaking the fuck out. Apparently, it's not a fan of fire damage in any means. You would go out on a limb and guess that it might be vulnerable
Wow.
to this.
Alright, well, that was good. I'm done.
Alright, it's the bear's turn. The bear's gonna move through the wall of fire. Make a dexterity saving throw. 10.
Eleven, 15, plus 13, 28 fire damage.
Okay.
Nice
Bear
job, Sonny.
does not look like it's doing so.
Well, that's how you about calling me that.
And it's gonna run through, and it's gonna see the scenario where all of you guys are, and
Oh, me actually.
All right. Runs through the wall of fire, and I'm just gonna run here, and you're up the wall. So it's gonna go this way, I guess, probably. 5, 10, 15, 20. I don't know. If you're 20 feet over and 20 feet up, how far away are you from it?
Diagonals don't count in 5e, so 20 feet.
Okay, so that's fine. So, I will need everybody then to make me a wisdom saving throw. You watch as the ice on its shoulder blades sort of shift, and the light catches it, and it's kind of dazzling. I'd like everybody to make a wisdom save, please.
I rolled a 20.
Alright, so we'll start with Oz.
13.
13 for Oz is a fail. Natural 20, so you succeed easily.
Is this for charmed or sleep?
No.
No. Then I got a 8.
26.
Okay. You two succeed. You two fail.
Aw.
So, Oz and Lou, you both take 21 points of radiant damage and are stunned for 1 minute.
Oh, gross.
You can repeat that save at the end of your turn. You two take 11 points of radiant damage and you are not stunned. Okay. Oz?
Owl?
Yeah.
Gonna swoop on in. Cacao! Fly away. And I am gonna make a save to try not be stunned. At the end of my turn. What about a 14?
Nope.
Fuck.
Fail. Lou.
Well, nothing I can do except just kind of hang there on the side of the wall.
Thankfully, the boots don't require you to make conscious thought as you hang onto the wall.
No.
Alright. Chongo.
How much damage did the bear take running through the wall or did it not?
It took damage.
Shit.
A lot of damage.
Alright, well, I liked it when it ran through the wall, so I'm gonna use Dissonant Whispers to try to make it run away from me.
Alright.
Back through the wall?
Yeah.
Alright. So there.
There.
There's gonna get a 15.
Yay, okay. Good on that one. So it takes 3d6 psychic damage. so 10.
The bear drops dead
Hey, I did it!
from your psychic attack. It was vulnerable to fire damage, and it took all but 11 points of damage on that one turn.
Wow.
So the bear just gets hit with this psychic blast, and it's like... And the crowd is, like, excited, but they're like... It's kind of boring. Like, the crowd's excited that it's over, and it was a spectacle, but it went so quick. They're just like... It's like a half-hearted, like, yeah...
Charm was also
Like, so depending on your perspective,
Well,
it was very impressive
I learned something.
that it
Ice
went...
bears don't like fire.
Oh, that's a good band name.
Do we?
Ice bears.
Yeah, when the bear dies, the effect falls, so you guys are freed.
So I notice the crowd going on, and I look over at my brother, and I go, "Should we ask them to pull another one in?
Do it.
Ask another one?
Chongo, ask for another one.
Another.
Alright,
We're going to take another one."
and everyone's like, woo, 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 woo.
Do it.
Alright, what do you guys want? Or are you just gonna let dealer's choice?
That's the audience. What do you all say?
Oh, the medium difficulty.
And they're like, boo! You guys just aced that in 2 turns.
Of the
hard
hard difficulty.
People are much more
Yes, crowd
excited.
pleasers. I am a criminal. I should have disguised myself. This is a bad idea.
What was that?
Sorry? What? What did you say?
I caught something. You see, are you okay with the hard part?
Oh, yeah. I just remembered that before now, like in the past, I used to do a lot of crime and being in front. They can't hear me. They're really far away.
Right.
And being in view of all these people, I should have disguised myself.
Why don't you throw a cloak on?
I mean, do you know where we are? Everyone's done crime here.
I've actually never been here per se.
They call
It's the place
this
to do
the
it.
city of crime.
How did I miss this in all my years of crime? I did more small town crime. Yeah.
Get it small.
I can hear you.
Just a tiny amount of crime. Just a little bit.
Just a smidgen.
You know, these jokes are not going over my head.
Most things do that.
So what is the audience supposed to say?
I don't think anything.
Alright.
You did a great job.
Thank you. I did nothing.
He claps you on the shoulder, like downwards.
Yeah.
You did fine. Just busting your balls. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, I'm used to people who are just objectively mean to me.
No,
Not
you did
like
a great
fun.
job here.
Oh,
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, man, you
I
did,
stood there, I ran,
you did a good
put
job.
up my hood.
To be on the side, did the same thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that one other thing we learned is the fire, right.
Mhm.
Stay out of a certain range, though, or you just kind of stay there.
Yeah,
Alright.
alright.
Yeah, that's a little...
So the guy who's at the gate, he pulls the thing, the portcullis closes, and he's yelling around to the crowd, like, yelling out, like, this one, and he runs, they want this one.
Oh god,
Which
I wonder
one?
what they're talking about.
And
Yeah, probably.
and he's just like, and he yells out, he's like, ooze, and the crowd's like, yeah, maybe. They're not really, the crowd's not sure what they want.
Yeah.
We don't want that either.
That sounds boring.
Boo.
And he's just like,
We go to the cantina, man. We want to hear us play that same song. All right,
and he's just
Let's fight the bear again.
and he's just like, the spider, huh? And the crowd's like,
Spider nature killed spider. Right?
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that, yeah.
Spider.
Yeah, it's murder.
Oh,
You can murder a spider.
Right, I know of a story. There's a halfling, right, and there's a spider. It didn't quite go well, but the friends jumped in.
What can you?
But that was a story.
Yeah, but can you tell me the story?
Well, I'm afraid it's copyrighted.
Okay.
It was about a master of small objects.
Gotcha. You see, I ran into a couple of spiders, and I was just trying to make sure it wasn't about me.
Oh, what's about you?
Alright, chat, I'll leave this one up to you. You guys get to decide. You're the audience in this arena. What do you want me to send out to fight them? They want to go up a difficulty level. Your options are spider, ooze, or
I could not fight a butt slurp today.
Honestly,
Doesn't sound good at all.
no.
Spider, ooze, or let's go with
Lich.
I was thinking.
spider, lich, or dragon.
Oh
What's your
gosh!
choice?
Is that the spider
Oh
lich
no.
as one entity?
Maybe. No,
Spider,
spider,
lich.
spider, ooze, or dragon. Your choice.
It's got worse.
Dire gelatinous came from Celeste.
Dire dagger gopher.
You guys can't. You're not ready for that.
No.
No, it doesn't even exist yet. But you're not ready for it.
No. It's so cross and well armed.
Right?
Celeste, we are friends. Please do not offer this.
Well, that's one vote. I think that's 2 votes for ooze.
Damn wet.
All right. All right.
Oh.
The crowd's like, ooze, and he's like. So out comes pouring from this ooze something strange.
Something wicked this way comes.
You see what looks like a large circular bowl. Ooze is rolling. Pseudopods moving along.
Well, that's different.
Inside the bowl, this ooze. So it's a large circular thing you see at the bottom, not moving as it rolls. Sand. On top of that sand, you see a small castle. And swimming around the castle is a great white shark. This is some sort of ooze with a shark fish bowl inside it. And the crowd just fucking loses it. And it looks like that.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
That, my friends, is a shark bowl ooze. I'd like you all to roll for initiative.
We've been off
God.
a bit more than
Oh, shite. Hey, you're over the same number again.
That's better.
17 for Oz.
Django?
12.
Well, Saul.
20.
Luke?
24.
Whoa, buddy, alright. Very nice. 24. Oz got what?
17.
Did you get this?
Oh, fuck. I rolled a 3 first, and then a 19.
Nice.
Those are different numbers.
They are very different. One's a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We'll use the froghemoth to represent the shark bowl ooze.
Alright.
Because they're the same size.
All right.
So, Lou.
Right. So,
Jesus Christ, it's that big too.
Huh?
Tommy, we made a choice.
Yeah, we did.
The crowd is fucking
Are we
losing
still in
it.
the same spot?
Yeah, because you guys are just like another, and they're like, yeah, okay.
Alright, cool.
Alright, I I take my bow and arrow, I draw it back, I whisper something into my arrow, and you see a crackling lightning shoot down the arrow.
Mhm.
And I'm going to fire a lightning arrow at it.
Okay.
Christ.
It's an ooze. It's an ooze. It's slow. It's big. It's probably got no AC.
That's going to be 15.
Oh yeah, that easily is.
Oh, good.
Fucking massive.
All right, so Ted, I just have to ask with the because I had to use a regular ranger, I'm using UA ranger. It says attacks per action is 2. The
Yes.
UA ranger, I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
it's still 2.
Yeah, it's 2. It's based on the conclave, but I'm gonna assume that there's a martial one, not
Gotcha.
Beastmaster.
So regular damage is going to be 10,
Mm-hmm.
and then for the lightning arrow,
Just in case. Think about doing
it's
something.
going to be an extra 48. 48.
48.
Yeah, 48.
Yeah.
8, 11, 17 lightning damage.
All right, you watch as the arrow impacts. It hits, and the ooze and the shark kind of shudder a little bit. And it seemingly takes the arrow piercing damage. However, it seems as though it absorbs the lightning, and you now see that the whole ball seems to be now charged with electricity.
Oh shit.
It did not take any damage. It is now electrically charged.
That's not what I intended,
Fuck.
Sonny. Don't use lightning.
Got it.
All right.
I run this way on the wall.
Yeah, you see the shark inside. The pseudopods hanging out are all like coursing with electrical energy.
Oh, I'm also... Oh, he's technically not 20 feet below me because he's now in line with me, so I don't get that bonus for damage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I just stand on top of this doorway?
Not at all.
Great, I perch there.
All right.
I am just going to squat down there.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all.
Okay. Alright. This isn't good. So what I'm gonna do is... What is the range? I'm sure it's gonna hit. Okay, I'm gonna cast Blight.
Fair.
And I'm also going to take out my sickle.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of has this shadowy wispiness that comes from it. And it kind of manifests into this strange looking scythe that pumps energy into my Blight spell. And as I fire it out, I use my Harvest Scythe and deal it some extra damage. I'm going to use 3 dice from my pool.
Okay.
So that's an extra 3d10 damage, and it takes it's a Constitution saving throw.
This is 23 on the save.
Yeah, I'll make it. I roll a lot of d8s.
Shucks.
So that's 8d8. You have some more d8s I can farm.
You can, yeah.
Just thank you.
Notes.
So that's 6, 10, 18, 21.
I didn't take that second attack before.
You did not?
Flashy, right?
33.
I think you're so thrown off by the
42.
the lighting
I was
absorption.
like, foot table. Done.
42 plus 3d10.
Jesus.
I don't feel like
2.
All right. So the 42.
42 is necrotic.
So he halved that because he saved. The other
Right.
stuff, I assume.
okay.
I assume that is not also halved. I don't know though.
Let's see. It just says
Can you
for
turn
the
into a
ability.
like equal to your level?
When you roll damage for a spell, you can increase that damage by spending dice from the pool. You can spend a number of dice equal to half.
So I guess it would also be halved.
Yeah.
It takes all. You roll all the damage.
So that was 42 plus these 3d10. Okay, so that's another 13. So 55 damage halved.
It's 22.
And then I will heal
No, it's
my
not.
brother 6 hit points.
27 damage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but if you
So yeah, the scythe comes out and the blight damage gets through, and as the blight ends, it sucks energy in towards my scythe, and I direct it towards my brother as you get healed for 6 hit points.
Hey.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
It's not something. Oh wait, you kill. Oh no, you don't get healed because I have to kill the enemy. So never mind.
Alright, so getting
Yeah.
damaged again.
Just deal some extra damage.
When it hits 0, it turns back really well.
All right. What was it for you?
Um,
Flashing. Well, it would also be flashy if you turn into a shot rank 9.
I'm going to.
Um,
I can transform as a bonus action, right?
No, action.
No? Oh, okay,
Sure.
that's Circle of the Moon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Then yeah, that's it for me. Actually, no, I'm gonna move a little bit because I'm gonna get out of this group
Yes.
over here.
It's your turn.
Oh,
1,
Oz.
2, 3, 4,
Alright.
6.
So Oz closes his eyes real quick, and the shadows that he's casting kind of coalesce into his hand into a sword.
Shadow blade. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really cool. I
And
like
then-
that. That's like cool.
Oh, how far away am I?
I like a team. Everyone, you hear that? A team.
10, 15, 20. Oh, fuck yeah. So, Oz is gonna run up.
Yeah.
And then this sword made of shadow will start humming with shaky energy. And I'm going to attempt. Oh! After Owl caw uses the help action,
I'll give you advantage.
I am going to booming blade this bitch.
All right.
Please. Oh, I reroll ones.
Another one.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking ooze. No, on 3 dice, I got a 1, a 4, and a 5.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with that 5, which makes it a 14.
That hits.
All right. So does damage type between necrotic, thunder, and sneak attack matter?
No, but what kind of damage is the weapon?
Necrotic.
I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
double
slashing does. Yeah.
We'll
Just
double
check
Shadow Blade.
because if it's
Psychic.
okay, then you're fine.
Alright. So, does someone have a D8 I can borrow real quick? Ooh,
There you go.
okay. So that.
Jesus.
That one.
Good problem now.
Oh, I have too many dice. It's gone forever. Oh, thanks, Will. Okay. So that's 10. All of these are 2s.
Oh.
Sounds like
10.
Sean.
20, 26 plus my mod is 20. 31.
31. You take 4 points of lightning damage as you impact this from the electrical charge.
And then, after I attack, thank you, Will, I'm going to run away 20 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Alright, now it's its turn. So it seemingly, with the electrical charge, has also charged its movement speed. So this thing just rolls forward 40 feet.
Oh shit.
I've made a grave error.
I can go anywhere.
Yeah, you real fucked up.
Yeah,
It's not good.
it's what I thought it'd work.
So it's I need Chongo and I need Oz to both make me dexterity saving throws.
Stop rolling like shit, Sean. Lucky.
Fuck you! 4 and 5! Shit on a goddamn dick!
14.
Okay?
23.
Alright, so Chongo.
God damn it, Chongo!
Chongo don't get hit.
Chongo, you are able to dodge out of the way.
Sweet.
Oz, you are engulfed in the ooze. You now see the shark. You are engulfed in the ooze. You take 22 22 points of piercing damage.
Pieces of wood.
You are, you can't breathe, and you are restrained, as you are currently contained within this ooze. So, you also realize that the wounds you were inflicted by the bear's coruscating display, you now see in this ooze the blood in the water.
Uh-oh.
Turns out, you're not at full hit points, and the blood in the water drives the shark into a frenzy.
Uh-oh.
The shark's gonna swim over and make an attack at you at advantage.
It's gonna try.
Natural 20. Let's see what the second one is. 17. I'll take the 20.
Better than Sean.
I mean, fair.
That's a low bar.
67. Okay.
18.
I mean that out of care and friendship.
I got it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
I am about to die, so yes!
Yeah, that's 50 points of slashing damage.
I am
Damage.
unconscious.
You can uncanny dodge. I will throw that. I'll give you that.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be nice
I
and
forgot
remind you
that
that
was
that's
the
a thing.
thing. So wait. So you said 50,
54 points.
54? Yeah, I will use my reaction to uncanny dodge. To 54, 27.
Yep.
No. Hang on. There's a d4 lightning damage there. So, it would be 58, so it would be 4 more points. Which would
So
only
two
be
more
2 more
points.
to you. If that matters.
29.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then it's going to reach out with its pseudopod. Chongo, because he moved out of the way. Ooh. That is a 16.
Yep.
Oh, no! I thought it would have been better.
Oh, that bard AC.
2, 9, 10, 16. About done. 16, 18 total with 2 points of lightning. That's his turn. Chongo.
Oh, sorry, I'm back to that.
I will remind you, charges in effect, as our ultimates for these characters, even though they're not all listed, these two have their Princess of the Apocalypse. Oz has one under Evrand. Chongo will have a very special Chongo ultimate. If you guys choose to donate charges.
I'm just envisioning like the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate of DK when he's just on the bongo. Just should be amazing.
Trying to get all the shitty rolls out.
That's fair.
Creature
It's
Codex
not working.
is a Creature Codex. Ooze Giant Shark Bowl. Creature Codex, page 284. If you are curious.
Alright. So, just gonna go all in on this one.
Yep.
I'm gonna use polymorph on myself.
Okay.
I want to become a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Sure. We'll say Chongo. Chongo's been to Westwick in his travels. Dinosaurs are beasts of burden there.
Hell yeah.
Alright, Chongo.
Because flashy, right?
Sonny, what the hell?
I can do that too! He just did it first!
You can pick yourself up there, Josh.
That makes it cool!
Alright. So do I still get to make the dinosaur attack now?
No, it's your action
Yeah.
polymorph.
Yeah, I figured. Well, that's my turn.
It's a good turn.
Because I can't do
It's a
anything
great
with
turn.
T-Rex.
Good turn.
Alright, Lou.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back up.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so I'm going to drop prone on this thing here.
Okay.
Uh,
The crowd is fucking losing it right now. They're like,
So
whoa!
much shit's happening. Now there's a T-Rex, a giant ooze with a shark in it. Shit.
Yeah.
This must be legitimately entertaining. You
Oh,
have a tiny
yeah.
person getting eaten by a shark in an ooze while a T-Rex is
The two apples like, what the fuck?
This is way better than the last room.
What?
They just beat up a
So much
bear.
better. Just bullied a bear.
I can't zoom in for you guys, sorry.
Let's see, here's going through my spells in panic. I'm going to do a bonus action for Ensnaring Strike,
Okay.
and then I'm going to take the -5 penalty for Sharpshooter to
Sure.
potentially have a +10 damage.
The internet also attests that the crowd is very much enjoying
Oh,
this.
good, good.
Nice.
Alright, so I'm going to fire with Ensnaring Shot. That's going to be a 10 to hit,
Is it?
because it's -5, because I did the thing.
10 still hits.
Hell
Still
yeah.
hits.
Yeah, it's an ooze.
It's a
Oh,
giant
hell
fucking
yeah.
ooze. And it's slow.
So let's see. You're a large or larger creature, so you have advantage on the saving throw.
I am a huge sized creature, so I will
Yeah.
take the
So you need to make a strength saving throw.
22.
Oh yeah, that passes. And then for damage, it's going to be a D8 plus 10 plus modifier, which is max damage. So that's going to be
D8 plus 10.
because I use sharpshooter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's 18 plus.
Yep,
Plus
plus
Your dex is 4.
running to the thing, actions plus 4. So 22 damage.
22 piercing damage?
Yep.
You did almost as much damage with a D8 that I did with
Several D6.
3 D8 and 5 D6s.
And then I'm going to fire again for a secondary shot.
You could do that. Sharpshooter?
That I didn't say it, I rolled it, so that's just going to be a 27 to hit.
Yeah.
And then
Alright.
max damage for that, so that is going to be 12 damage.
Yeah, the AC of this ooze is 6. Just as a
it's
point
a
of
big
reference.
old thing.
Yeah.
Alright, and I'm going to stay prone up there, which means I have half cover.
Okay.
And just to say what else it does, in case it does anything else.
Yeah, you get the feeling it probably literally can't even get to you.
Fantastic.
Unless this thing can spider climb.
Yep, I suffer no disadvantage from my attacks, and I'm considered as half cover. So that's what that means. Cool. I go, kill it, please. Just
Alright.
don't use lightning.
So,
Question.
yes.
The lightning that now inhibits its body, or is its body, does that
Yes.
qualify as a spell?
No.
No.
This is an innate ability, unfortunately.
Alright, well I can't
It's
fix
its electrical
that.
charge ability.
Can't fix that.
You guys have thankfully, all with the exception of Oz, hit it with range. So you didn't suffer the retributive lightning.
Alright.
Yeah, no hit points now. Got new hit
Don't forget
points
you
now.
guys had temporary. You make sure you took those away first. The 8.
Oh,
I
did.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is... Okay, so I'm gonna move over here, because that's away from where the giant ooze is.
Okay.
And then from underneath it, I'm going to cast Erupting Earth.
Okay.
So let's make a dex save.
Yeah, well, it's great at those. -3.
Nice! It passes.
Great. I assumed as much. Huh.
Get to roll some d12s. D12s. That's
Your
12s.
Good, man. Holy shit.
24 plus 2, so 26 damage. 26 bludgeoning.
Alright, yeah. Does it get lifted or something?
Takes... Additionally, the ground in that area becomes difficult terrain until cleared. Each 5-foot square portion of the area requires at least 1 minute to clear by hand. That's it.
Okay. Alright.
And... I don't think I have any bonus actions. No,
Okay.
I'm done.
Oz. The start of your turn. You take 22 points of piercing damage from being contained within the ooze.
I'm unconscious, even if I uncanny dodge.
You watch as the ooze is there, and Oz is trying to make his way out, and you watch as the shark just come around and just sort of like tail. He goes unconscious, and now he's kind of just like suspended in the jelly. There's a shadow blade.
Owl.
Ah. Next attack has advantage, as the owl provides assistance.
Shadow Blade, I gotta double check. I don't know if it's concentration or not.
Yeah, it is.
You watch as the blade made of shadow just out of his hand as he's.
Wait, I think that's what that means. The tiny little C?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just have to roll a death saving throw now, right?
No,
Like
he does
next
not.
turn? Okay.
Were we given the impression, because we didn't do the to the death, that if you get unconscious, they'll bring you back?
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Did you get? Well, now it's a fun fact. I feel like now the decision's going to be heavily swayed one way or the other.
Oz is all about staying alive,
All right,
which
so
is why he left his old party.
We
So
definitely
he
said
wouldn't,
not to the death.
he wouldn't sign up for to the death.
We said that earlier.
Well, that's fair. Just got to survive.
Yes.
Yeah.
The monster's unpredictable.
Yes.
True.
They're not going to interrupt the fight. The monster's turn. She's going to try to roll over top. Oh no, Chongo's a freaking dinosaur. Never mind. She's not going to do that. Can't roll over Chongo.
I'm just envisioning a dinosaur ooze.
It's gonna.
Shut up.
That's the next transfer. It's not even its
That's the
final
expert level.
This is fine.
So it's gonna back up a couple feet, and it's gonna lash out at you, Chongo.
Yes, sir.
Dino Chongo.
Chongosaurus Rex.
Chongosaurus, he's got a 27.
Yeah, he's only 13. 15.
7, 14, 18, 24, 25 points of damage to Chongosaurus. And then he's gonna rolling thunder
No.
over here. You get an opportunity attack. As
Two
your
Rex opportunity attack.
That's fair.
so Chongo gets an opportunity attack.
Ooh. Sorry. 5 plus 10, 15.
Hits 6 AC.
Hey.
You
So
biting?
Is it? Yeah, I guess it's the be the
It's
bite.
whatever one you want.
Yeah, might as well be the bite since it does more.
Yeah,
Okay.
shit ton of damage.
4d12.
Uh-huh.
I like you. Oh, that'll make it twice as fast.
Yeah.
8 and 9.
17.
Plus 9 is 6.
26 piercing damage, I assume?
Plus 7. It's 4d12 plus 7, so 20.
Oh, yeah.
33.
33 piercing? Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else?
I can
It's long. Okay, sorry.
That's it?
Yeah.
So it's gonna rolling,
It's huge.
rolling thunder over to you, Saul, and I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
This is where I'm gonna roll shit. Oh, it's actually not bad. 19.
Alright, so you are able to be shunted out of it 5 feet. But the shark will swim around and like you watch as like the blob style, like the ooze, like, and the shark tries to bite at you. An advantage because you're not at full health.
That's true.
18.
That just hits.
All right. 29 points of piercing damage. Oh. Plus 4 more lightning.
33.
Alright.
Ew.
Chongo. Dino. Chongosaurus. What you got?
I mean, I might as well just roll up on him and try to find him.
Yeah, go for it.
How's it look?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. You're fine.
It's really hard to tell there's a lot of blood in the water. From Oz or from the shark, you're not sure.
That's good. Yeah, I guess I'll just...
But the nature of an ooze is they're very hard to determine how well they're doing because they're just a blob of jelly. You have the shark, but it's largely obscured from the blood.
Just gonna try and bite it again.
Alright.
Oh, that's a 1.
That's gonna auto miss, my friend.
Fortunate. I guess that's my...
No, don't you have multi-attack?
No, but you can't attack the same target, though.
Oh, that sucks.
Unless I can attack the shark separately with a tail attack.
No, they are treated as, unfortunately, the same. Alright. Chongosaurus.
That's it.
Lou.
I'm going to go, hang in there, Sonny. I'm going to use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark.
Sure.
And then I'm going to use Sharpshooter on the first shot.
Okay.
That's going to be 18 to hit.
Yeah. That'll hit.
Going to be 1, 11, 15 damage. And then plus Hunter's Mark.
What's the challenge rating?
8.
20 damage total.
20 damage. Alright, how would you like to kill this ooze?
Oh, hell yeah. Alright.
So, right
18
when
hit
the
points.
shark is going to be going after my brother again, I'm going to line up the shot prone. I'm going to wait for the shark to open its mouth coming around. I'm going to shoot it. It's going to go right past Oz's head, like above, right through, and then hit the shark straight in the eye and come out the gill on the other side.
Alright.
They go, don't move anymore, please. Just die.
And I'll immediately healing word, Oz.
Yeah, you coughed up a ton of ooze jelly.
You get 8 health back.
Thank you.
Did we win?
We get to...
Yeah.
Yep. And the crowd is losing it. They're super excited for this.
I'm gonna wave.
That was crazy.
We did it.
Chongo's fucking awesome. Shit.
Like end of Jurassic Park. Like,
He died.
Well,
Like-
does the T-Rex still have sunglasses?
Yeah, totally.
Oh god! Like, oh, it's Chongo. Might not have seen that bit, I don't remember.
I go for Oz, I jump down, I pick him up, and I raise his hand up to the crowd.
Oh yeah! Put me down. Put me down. Put me down.
Right.
Put me down.
Security.
Put me down. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Ugh.
Oh.
Woof. Yikes.
And the announcer's like, one more? To you guys, and the guy up there with the yeah? Huh? And he yells to the crowd, and the crowd's just like, I mean, if you're gonna, the crowd's like,
I feel like it'd be a waste to
How long does that last?
An
How long
hour?
Polymorph lasts?
An hour? I'm pretty sure.
We're all kind of low here, so...
I mean, I can make us not though.
Yeah, up to an hour.
Yeah, we got a T-Rex. You want to try one more?
I will cast Mass Cure Wounds on all of us.
Nice.
So that's... Is that 3d8 plus spellcasting, ability modifier?
Still 9 of them?
Yeah.
That's not as good. 8 plus 5 is 13.
13 for everybody?
13 for everybody.
I'm at max. When it starts to quiet down or something, I look over towards the audience, I just point out one random person, I go, You are in charge of all this going a certain way. If you promise to buy us all around when we win, We're in for one more.
All right. Yeah, said person in the crowd will agree to that.
Based on peer pressure.
All right. So, internet options remain: spider, sloth, or giant. You decide.
What are we doing?
You guys got time? While they're deciding if anybody wants to heal or use anything.
We're not dying.
I would love to not die.
You didn't yet.
Not yet. Hey, Chongo.
We're split. We got spider and giant. 1 vote for each.
Alright.
Can I hop on?
I'm gonna stay up there.
Do you still healing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at 21 health out of
Alright,
7.
you
Where do you guys want to
Medium
position
cure
yourselves
wounds,
before they come out?
Thank you. I'm gonna climb up on Chongo's back.
Just gonna stay right in the dead center of the arena there.
15 more health.
Thank you.
Alright, looks like giant
Where
is
you
what the
gonna be,
chat has
John?
decided.
Huh?
Where are you gonna be?
Just leave me there. I have plans.
Okay. And I'm going to.
Just like spin me towards the door.
I'm gonna have to use my bonus action to move my 100 mark later, so I'm just gonna keep that free.
It's good.
I like it.
Okay, that's my 5th level. If we don't have any missions, I'm gonna need a fucking rest.
Yeah. Was it 6 seconds per round?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I still got about an hour.
About an hour, yeah.
Plus whatever time it was that passes. Shit. Wait for the next 10.
Alright,
So
let's
we're
see.
split down the middle between giant. I see somebody giant now.
It looks like it's giant is the winner.
Yeah.
Alright. So the crowd is like, giant! You'd be surprised on the spider. It's the size of like a house.
Oh god.
It's a
That's a house
giant.
spider.
It's a Goliath long legs.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
So like people often fall prey to them because they mistake the legs for trees and walk right underneath it.
God.
Wow.
So right before this thing launches, I'm gonna look at my brother and say, "Hey, bruv, you're up on," and I'm also gonna turn into a T-Rex. You don't have another T-Rex, I'm assuming, right? You'd use the Rema race.
I might have another T-Rex. It won't be as majestic,
That's fine.
but it'll be.
But you wouldn't be as majestic as Chongo.
Yeah, it doesn't have sunglasses.
It's fine.
So.
No sunglasses.
When that happens, I'm just
This
gonna
one-
turn to Lumen Wave.
This T-Rex has a cigarette in its mouth.
Use a much smaller T-Rex.
That's fine.
That's a. Alright, what does that base? Let's see here.
And just on there.
Yeah.
Now that's flashy.
Two T-Rexes.
Well, we use our Garistro here to represent the giant.
Jesus Christ. That's the flashiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, Oz. Yeah, they're about to get rexed.
I like you, Lou.
You're not
Alright.
bad.
So, out comes a giant. About 25, 30 feet tall. This giant, this red of skin, has wearing some sort of, doesn't look like it's actual armor so much as, like more of like armor-based vestments. Has a massive club, and you see that noxious fumes pour from its nostrils, smoke coming up as its grin across its face. I would like everybody to roll for initiative, please. You do. You take the T-Rex's, because you're not wild shaped, you have all of the T-Rex's stats.
Yeah. So 6.
6 for Chongo.
23.
23 for Oz. Lou.
10.
10. Doll.
8.
Most nimble creatures.
No, it's not.
Not quite.
Where are you at?
I'm on your back, yo.
How are you? Okay, well, we'll put you up here.
I was gonna try, but it's a little.
Oz, you said 20 something?
23.
Balance game.
Okay. Surprisingly nimble, said giant. So,
I am going to have Owl fly away, and then I'm going to pull out my light crossbow, take aim at its stupid face, and pew pew.
Okay.
Alright, 19 on the roll.
So that's all right.
20 done.
What kind of giant is this?
Not a type of giant that exists in any book that I'm sure you've read.
I'm sure.
Yes.
What does it look like, though?
Like that.
Okay.
Alright. Posting this with the little tag. What are we even doing? Why?
The two T-Rex is fighting a fucking giant is what we're doing.
Plus 5. 28.
Damage?
Yep. Shoot it right in its dumb
A
face.
T-Rex with sunglasses and a T-Rex with a cigarette.
Alright. So,
Oh, yeah.
giant.
So Chongo.
That's so Chongo.
He watches the giant breathes in those noxious fumes from its nose up inside, and then it exhales out a breath of fire in a 30-foot cone.
Oh, no.
I did not expect that.
Are we outside that shit?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm reading that correctly, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So it's technically a huge-sized creature,
It
so
would be in that
What about
space.
me?
you guys... I'm gonna say, for the purposes of you being on the back of a T-Rex, we're gonna say that it probably hits you too.
Well, I'm sad.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I need everybody making dexterity saving throws to dodge the fire breath of this giant.
24.
No damage for you.
Fucking finally.
8.
T-Rex?
10.
Alright, fail.
21.
How much
Pass.
health do I have? Oh shit, I have a lot.
And you, yeah.
Keep track.
So you two, the two failed T-Rexes, you guys are going to take the average damage. It doesn't look high enough to me, so we're going to roll for this.
That's a terrible sentence. Don't want to hear that.
T-Rex.
Yeah, T-Rexes.
24 points of fire damage each.
Oh, not bad.
You take none, and you'll take 12. And then he's going to club out. And...
I'm a tiny person on a T-Rex.
You just shot it with an arrow and did
Yeah, but
30-something damage.
Does
to
he
it.
care? I don't know.
No, you don't know?
I don't know if he cares. Because I'm not.
Oh, it is the same one. Okay.
We'll make him an insight check.
Sweet. You only get one attack.
You get multi-attack, but you can't attack the same target twice, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, because it's one with your tail. I think
Um,
that's what it says.
It's a
oh, we can't
cactus.
make both attacks.
Cactus giant. Creature Codex, page 181. He's gonna look at you and be like, nah, fuck that little guy. But he says it in giant, so anybody who speaks giant will hear him say that. You hear him say, nah, to himself, fuck that little guy.
That's not a good reaction, Celeste. I don't like that.
18 points.
Did he hit me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, my bad. 21 to hit.
Shield.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, so you shield out of the way of that, and he misses. And then it is Lou's turn.
Okay, I'm going to just kind of... I can go prone on the back of you? Is that possible?
They're pretty big.
Sure. I'm going to do that.
You also seem about to charge in, so I don't know if you want to be there for that.
Oh, yeah, you told me get on, you're about to... Get... Alright, so I'm going to hop off onto the wall and just kind of plant myself sideways with the slippers of spider climbing.
Yep.
Go prone against the wall. I'm going to use my bonus action to move the hunter's mark from the dead ooze, because that's not doing shit, to the giant.
Yep.
I'm going to use sharpshooter
Okay.
and attack.
Alright.
So 14 plus 10, 24 minus 5 is 19.
Hits.
Okay, and that's going to be 4 plus 14 is going to be 18 damage. Plus 6 for Hunter's Mark. Thank you very much. was 3, so 21 damage total.
Okay.
And the second one, also a sharpshooter, is bad.
Fair.
That's going to be 7.
Yeah, that's a miss.
I figured. So I'm going to shoot the second one. It's just going to go right off. And then I'm going to chill there and go, have at him.
All right. Saul.
Roar! I run in and fucking bite him.
Let's see it.
I'm gonna go over here. We'll get where that arm is right there. And we're gonna roll a 12.
Miss.
Damn. Yep, nope, that's it.
All right.
Still
Chongo.
Still smoking.
I'm just gonna also buy him because it's right there. That's a 17.
Plus 9.
Plus 10.
Plus 10.
Plus 10.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Very much a hit.
Alrighty, so biting. 13. That was an easy one. Plus 9, so 22,
27.
plus 7, so yeah.
29.
Yeah.
Go. All right. Oz.
Bonus action.
Yep.
Shadows coalesce into a sweet ass sword.
Sure.
And now I'm gonna, because I'm assuming, Chongo's mouth is near the thing, so I'm not within 5 feet. So I'm gonna throw it.
Sure.
Oh, after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So natural 20.
Well then.
Hell yeah!
Here we go. 20 points of damage. How many d6 is that?
10.
10
And
d6.
4d8.
10d6, 48. Call him 22 points of damage.
Let's see. I'm not even gonna use the tower because I'm not gonna be able to fit all the dice in there.
Look how high damage he does.
Is that a lot of 2s?
That is not. It's actually fucking decent for a change.
Hey!
So that's.
He's doing great.
Hey, look at that!
You're doing great, Oz.
30.
I just got a growl of approval.
Chongo agrees.
51 plus 5. 56 damage.
Hot damn.
Oh, shit. Now he's like, I really fucked that little guy.
Then I'm going to use. Oh, fuck. Alright. I'm going to use all my movement to run down Chongo's tail and get to the other side of this motherfucker.
Fair?
Difficult terrain?
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So I will be able to get 20 feet.
Are you Fred Flintstoning down?
Oh, that's a better idea! I'm gonna be here-ish. Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Yeah, that's my move.
Okay. I will also say to the internet who's contemplating trinkets or other things, this is not a guarantee that this is only a one-shot. These guys don't live that far away. There's always a possibility that this happens again.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
So, keep an eye out.
Might not be till May.
I need to move, so yeah.
Yeah, cool.
But
Imagine all the T-Rex action.
Oh god.
we
So many
could,
T-Rexes.
probably couldn't eat you. Who knows? Alright, Giant's turn. Really pissed at us.
We can change the name to Chongo and Friends.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's a good name.
Chongosaurus in there?
Rexing crew.
Ooh, I like that.
Chongo.
The Rexing Crew. I like that.
And Friends.
Alright. Does a 24 hit you?
Yes, no matter what I do.
Okay. So you watch as at disadvantage, this giant pulls out a rock from a pouch you didn't even know he had. He hurls a rock at you and says, fuck that little guy.
Pocket sand.
Very upset with you.
He might be, yeah.
10, 15, 17, 27, 32 points of bludgeoning damage.
I will uncanny dodge that.
Alright. He does that.
Oh, he threw a rock, that's right. Rock.
And then he's gonna club Chongosaurus.
Thanks for the trinket, Celeste.
Chongosaurus,
Thank
10.
you.
No.
he misses. He put a lot of his effort into throwing that rock. And he's like, this is kind of just half-hearted. Lou.
Yes,
Your
my
turn.
turn. I'm going to use a bonus action to do what's called hold steady. So I may take aim at an enemy with a ranged weapon, and if the target I aimed at ends its turn in the same place it stood when I use the ability, my first attack on my next turn has advantage and deals an extra d10. So I'm going to do that as my bonus, and I'm going to fire at it twice with sharpshooter.
Alright.
That's going to be 19 to hit,
19 hits.
and the second one will be better. So they'll both hit. And Hunter's Mark, if I remember correctly, goes on both attacks, right? It's not like sneak.
Yes, correct. Yep.
So it's going to do, yep, twice. So total, it's going to be 9, 7, 16 plus 10 twice is going to be 36 plus 4 twice is going to be 44 damage.
Alright.
And I will stay prone against the wall.
It does not look well.
I'm okay with it.
More than bloodied, one could say. So, let's see.
Try and bite it. 16.
That hits.
Yay! 1, 2, 15, 19. 28 damage.
Okay.
28, wait, 28 plus how much?
7.
28 plus 7, 35 damage.
How would you like to kill this giant as a T-Rex form?
I'm going to look at Chongo,
Yes.
give some T-Rex finger guns, straight up, and then chomp its head, and then kind of like wrestle with it for a minute, and then just kind of flip and slam it on its back.
You do that, and as it does, it hits the ground, and it exhales its final breath. And as it does, I need you both to make me dexterity saving throws. As fire comes rocketing out of its mouth.
That's a 9. 13.
So you both fail, and you take 30 points of fire damage. But your T-Rexes, that don't matter.
Yeah.
I look up at Lou. The most impressive part of that whole part?
Yeah.
Didn't lose the cigarette.
You know, I didn't even notice that, but he's very good. He's been training a lot.
That's really cool.
Hey, good job, both of you.
Roar.
They're very,
Yeah.
very enthusiastic.
And eloquent.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
I think that was
the
plenty.
announcer is just, like, losing, like, the crowd is just fucking, they're freaking out. Someone actually fell into the ring, and you realize there was no protective barrier. So if any of these things gone awry, you could have killed people in the crowd.
God.
Thankfully, you were strong enough to keep focus of everything you were fighting. You don't know how it would have gone when Dragon was an option,
Fair.
because it
That
could
is
have
fair.
flown away.
Yeah.
So you're like,
definitely.
Ooh, to celebrate, I am going to run back up Chongo's back. Bonus action, resummon the sword to my hand, and be like,
Yo, like, go up and do a cool roar thing.
and then I'm gonna. Not as
it
impressive.
started impressive, and then it turned out.
It
not
looks
much.
impressive. It's not. It doesn't sound impressive.
So the crowd goes wild. People are throwing shit, not like actual
Poopy.
shit. People are throwing things into the ring. So they throw towards you, Lou. Something. I'm sure I'll tell you. Has an arrow and arm for when Lou missed.
Sorry about that.
People know what happens when they come to these.
What you signed up for?
Let's see. Josh, roll me a percentile.
You got it. See, this place is a 45.
45. So someone throws a ball of fur into the crowd, and you catch it, and it is a tiny ball of fur with a fanged mouth, but it seems like it loves you.
It's like a fanged tribble.
Basically, yes.
Celeste, you threw me a tribble? That's amazing.
It growls at everybody else, though.
Oh, it's cute.
Chongo girl's back.
Oh, look Hi. Look at this.
Yeah, it's cute.
I need to think of a name for it. Chat, come up with a name for me, please.
Ferdinand.
Jesus, you come up with that after I asked Chat. I want that one now. Damn it. Chat, go with Ferdinand. Please.
All right. Ozzy. I would like, or Ozzy. I said Ozzy. I'm used to.
Wrong game.
Wrong game. Bucky, roll me a percentile, please.
Sure. Where are my percentiles? Too much Princess of the Apocalypse.
Senior kerfuffle.
76.
76. All right. Crystal ball. You can catch it in your tiny T-Rex arms. It's impressive.
In my mouth.
Sure. It reveals tomorrow's weather.
Ooh. You do that with the druid crap.
Now you don't have to,
Crystal ball.
I guess. Oz. Ooh. Josh is going to be on Nerd Immersion 3 days in a row. You're
That's
right.
true. So for those who don't know, I will be on Mistress of Modules, which is the show Celeste just started last Sunday. I'll be on that tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And then on Monday, we get to do new Prince of the Apocalypse with Monsieur Buckmaster over here.
I forgot what day it was, and for a second I thought it was Sunday, and I was like, wait, Monday? Tuesday? Is Josh coming to Evil Game?
Oh man, I wish.
You get, roll me 2d4.
Oh! 4.
You get a case with 4 sleeping pills in it.
Mmm.
You don't know why people are throwing these things at you. They're very random what they decide to throw your way.
This is, I guess, unique.
That was my medication.
And they throw a handkerchief. I'm not sure how it makes its way in, but it is blue and paisleyed, and it is perfect enough to tie around the lower half of your face.
Blue paisley handkerchief, love it.
I'm just thinking now, it's like some person brought their grandfather to the match to see it, and they threw their pills into the fucking. I need those.
And some parent just threw their kid's pet in. They're like, I'm done with it. Get rid of this.
So, Chongo,
Yes.
somebody throws in an alabaster jar to you. Inside this jar is the painfully beautiful song of a harpy. Once opened, the song will fill the air before vanishing forever.
Cool.
Chongo, people seem to throw the most for you.
Everyone loves Chongo.
Yeah.
Chongo, someone throws a megaphone. You don't even know what it is till you catch it and you're like, shit, this is like, you guys have never really seen one, but it's a fucking megaphone. Works like a megaphone.
Is it magic thing?
Not a mat. I mean, it amplifies your voice like a megaphone does.
It amplifies your bongos. You didn't draw more of a crowd.
Bongo boost.
Bongo boost. Bongo booster, that's what it's called.
Ooh, I like that. So good.
Total with the $20.
Let's see here.
This game having its own currency, like Chongo bucks.
Mm.
I don't know why. Just
That's worth 30 Chongo bucks. You're welcome.
actually, it sounds like a coffee establishment.
Bongo bucks?
Yeah, which that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Let's see. Last try.
Just a nice Chongo logo.
Make macchiatos upside down.
Fucking idiots. You just serve coffee and bongos.
That's way better, yeah. Starbucks actually makes my job harder. Because macchiatos are not what Starbucks says macchiatos are. So when people come in, every time they order a macchiato, I have to figure out if they mean an actual macchiato or if they mean a Starbucks macchiato. And they never understand what I'm saying.
Chongo bucks drumming up business. You're welcome.
It's free real estate.
Thank you, Space Poppies, for the follow. You also get a scroll which bears keyboard music that seems like it was written for a six-fingered magician.
Wow.
They're like, music, it's music notes or something.
Bongos.
Here's some keyboard music, Mr. Bongo Man.
He's also a T-Rex. Who knows?
Fair.
That sounds cool.
That was a cheer of 500 bits. Thank you for the bit donation.
Thank you.
Yeah, alright. So, that's what's thrown into the crowd from the fans, unless any more trinkets pop up, but that's what was donated thus far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Amongst, we'll say, grand total, 71 gold coins just tossed in from random people into the crowd.
Alright. 71 4 ways. We're looking at 1, 3, 17 each about.
Sure.
Like it.
17 gold each.
Oz got sleeping pills?
Yeah.
No, what was the other thing?
And a bandana.
Oh, and a blue paisley bandana that covers up the lower half of his face.
17 gold, so now I'm at 22.
Alright. So, the crowd continues to cheer, standing ovation as the T-Rexes roar. And the kind of person mediating the ring moves to the other side to open up the gate to let you guys back out, but is not T-Rex sized.
Oh, yeah.
Because the gate is designed for
I try and
adventurers.
take a couple of moments to try and grab the cigarette out of my mouth, and I realize my arms are not long enough, and I go, this sucks, and I turn back to myself.
John,
I do one last big old roar, just to really get the crowd going, and then
so the crowd starts going crazy when you roar. They go even crazier when you turn back into Chongo.
way more popular.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it was Chongo the whole time!
What? Was I still on your back when you turned back into Chongo?
No, you slid off.
And they got back.
Oh, shit.
For the So I just piggyback on Chongo. Should I get down? No. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get down. Oh, alright.
Next time, you think maybe polymorph into a purple T-Rex with horns and sunglasses. None people know who you are.
The mental notes.
They'll have that branding.
Stacking.
Chongo. Alright. So you guys you're ushered out of the room, and the kind of Bucky who's there, who was the one who kind of was out there running the gate, and he's just like, wow.
I know,
Jenna,
right?
that was ridiculous. You guys, I thought, wow, okay, they beat the bear in the first time. I was like, wow, this is great. And then they're like, no, we're gonna fight something else, and then we're gonna fight something else, double else. There's triple elses. I don't know if you know that. It's a lot of elses.
So many else's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just let it go, Mike.
I was gonna let it go, but then I was like, that's triple elses. You don't let that go. So he goes,
No, I got it.
When I look at my,
You don't have to look at me, John. I got the fucking
I just
joke,
wanted to
okay?
feel the incredulation.
when I do the calculations, I think one normal and two hard elses. Triple elses, that's a very hard in my book.
That makes sense.
And then I'm the bookie, so my book is the book that matters.
I'm learning so much.
Pay attention, you might learn something. He goes, so, not only do I think that you get some money, I think that you might also get some things.
I like the sound of that, yeah.
I do like things. That's good. That's
And he
good.
goes, I will give you, based on... Oh, and by the way, did you guys put any bets on yourself before you came in?
Retroactive bets.
I would say I didn't.
I had 5 gold to my name.
So it sounds like probably not
Probably
in the way
not,
bets.
no.
And he's like, I will give you all. Grand total, all things defeated. Oh, I see there's a donation. Oh, well, we'll get to that. So he says,
Okay. Oh, thank
he
you.
says,
Thank you.
I think that well, let me see what I can find. And he pulls out his notebook. And he's got an abacus, just moving some things around. He's like, He goes, I also was quite entertained. Usually people don't cheer for me, but I feel like they were cheering for me because I was out there egging you on and you bought it. So, I mean, as I move my money around and I see what I get, I think I can get you probably guys 8,000 gold for this. I think that's pretty reasonable.
I agree. That's
You almost died like a lot.
Well, just the one.
That sounds great.
So he goes,
Sounds good to me.
here's that, and he, a big pot of,
2,000 gold
like a big
each.
sack of gold out on the table for you guys.
2,000 gold each.
And
Chongo doesn't really.
yeah, that is quite a
Chongo
lot.
just-
You could probably live comfortably on that for a while.
Alright.
2,000.
Chongo just gets by on being Chongo.
Yeah.
He doesn't really hate
He's no
shame
need
on
for
it.
money. Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, 8,000's it's a pretty moderate amount there.
Yeah,
It's good.
very good, very good.
So he goes, well, let me see what I can turn up. He goes, I'll be honest. You guys didn't come in here looking for anything that would have granted you stuff. So the other stuff is put away for the other fights. But let me see what I can find in the Lost and Found.
I appreciate
In the
it.
Lost, and he's like, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of this stuff is probably blood items. People came in, they tried, they died. No one claimed this stuff. We put it away. I'm gonna give it to you.
Let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something real quick.
Alright.
I don't care. I'll take whatever you got.
And also, what was your name? I didn't quite catch your name before.
He goes, my name
Cookie the Bucky.
is Cookie.
Cookie, right? Okay, Cookie. Well, I appreciate you looking for items. How about
The Cookie Monsters, don't you?
if you don't mind? I really appreciate it. And in the handshake, I'm going to slip him 20 gold.
Alright.
Go just as much good stuff as you can afford to give.
And you give him the gold, he's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And he's, alright, yeah.
Quick question. When you said they're blood items, is there still physically blood on it? Or is that more of a metaphor?
He's like, do you want me to put blood on it? I can put blood on it.
No, I was just curious if there was already blood on it. No, we don't need more blood, right guys? No more blood?
Oh, I'm fine with that.
I've had enough.
No, that's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I can give you blood.
Well,
He's like, don't.
I actually, and then I'll pull out my bags of blood. I actually already have plenty of blood. Thank you.
He's like, who has bags of blood?
Better question, who steals bags of blood?
I don't have an answer for you.
I know, right?
I got questions.
Yeah.
Vampires include steal a bag of blood.
What's the question?
Chongo, he knows.
He
I got
knows.
bags of blood.
Oh no, I've also heard of someone else at some point in time. They carried blood in and they just kind of walled it out like that before.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Wait, is that blood for someone who's still alive?
What?
Never mind. I don't have any more questions.
Alright. I'm gonna go see what I can drum up.
Cool.
That worked out better than I expected.
Yeah, no.
You hear him looking at the gold, and he's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. As he's walking away.
I hope he doesn't eat that gold.
Did he hear my business slogan earlier? He just said drum up. You have to trademark that.
And you hear him around the corner, you hear, nom 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 nom.
Oh.
I haven't made him an NPC yet. You wait. This one is not, but you wait.
I did ask you if Sesame Street was going to end up in this, and
It did.
Like a little, yeah.
Me going to get your presents. Me also accept Cookie as tender.
Me go to eat guest.
Me going to eat guest.
oh, what? He's going to do what?
No, me understand. Me going to eat guest.
Well, he's looking for those. I'd like to say, this was a good trial run for us.
Yeah, I think we did well.
I thought we did great job.
Overall.
T-Rex, wonderful combination there.
It's good.
Quite.
You know, so I always say, what's better than one T-Rex?
Two?
Two T-Rexes, but one's got someone else's on.
Or
That's
two
what
with
I always say.
longer arms.
But you always say that? That's so specific.
It is.
When you
I know.
polymorph, though, can you just make your arms longer?
No,
Why not?
because fuck you.
Right.
Hey, man, you can't-
Actually, the primeval forces that they tap into require a direct reflection on what's in the natural environment. So that is why he cannot make his arms longer.
Is that right, Sunshade?
I'm trying to die that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Moon. What the fuck is your name? Moonbeam.
What?
I thought his name was Lou!
Yeah.
Thanks, Sunshade. calm your shit.
You gonna fucking die today.
You did great. It did alright.
I can't tell if they like each other or not.
Hey man, you know.
No, I don't know, Chongo. That's why I said it.
All things aside, you did a wonderful job.
Yeah, you did too.
Oh,
Let's see what we got in this.
You really get the distance you usually used to, but it's
yeah, I
fine.
know.
Yeah, I
I
feel
usually
love.
get the
I just don't know if they
trouble.
like each
It's-
other.
yeah, It's what it is.
Man, that's
Yeah.
a complicated question.
I feel a little bit claustrophobic.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
I
I
love
mean,
it.
it's arena, so I mean, there's not really many height advantages you can use.
I know you don't usually like being in the front,
No, I don't.
like you sort of taking.
I just find them and you kill them. But I mean, if it
Trying
gets
to
us
place
work,
like a
it's
comment.
work.
Yeah,
Whatever
that's
it
what
is.
we got.
See if
And a
I-
lot of money.
It's yeah. Don't expect that.
Well, not with that attitude.
No, that was but Chongo plays like a nice calming beat to kind of get you to like just like simmer down.
You
Oh,
know?
we're calm. This is calm for us. I appreciate that.
Man,
It's a very nice tune.
Yeah, it
man,
is.
they got no chill over there.
I mean, it's working.
You know, I chilled that bad, but now it's cold.
So eventually, you hear like, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. As you hear like coming right from a distance, and then you see like a wild eye, and like he comes around the corner, and he's like, and he walks up, and he's like, I mean, what's up? Hey, I got you some items.
Well, thanks, Cookie.
And he's like, yep, yeah. So anyway, and he puts a box on the table, and he's like, this is what I was able to find in the Lost and Found. So, like everybody rolling percentile first.
22.
22. Alright, let's see what we got. $22?
Yep.
You find a pair of clay beads,
Okay.
and he's like, this is, I figured I'd start at the top. I will work our way to the more interesting things at the bottom. So these look like a pair of clay beads, but you know that if you choose to, you can make them, while wearing them, turn into garnet.
Turn to what?
Garnet.
Oh, okay.
Bucky.
28.
Let's see. What do we got here? 28. It's a pipe. But instead of smoke, a little geyser comes out of it.
Hell yeah.
65.
That's dumb. I always roll the dumb ones, Sean.
I don't know, Ted. I apologize.
Alright, you get a blanket. It's got a little blood on it.
You got what you wanted.
Make me a perception
You
check.
asked.
You did ask for it.
He did ask.
You did
I
good.
did. That's natural 20. So
You
that's
see a
20.
tiny cut on Cookie's finger.
I was actually a little touched. He literally cut himself for me.
His blood actually in it. That's amazing.
This blanket,
It's incredible.
this blanket,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty unassuming, but if you put it on the ground and leave it there for a minute, it turns into a cot.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool.
Chongo.
30.
30. So it's like I want to call it like Ricola guy hat. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
It's like that, and it gives you a +2 to all climbing checks. He's like, and he's like, that's just a snack, if you will. Let's get to the real stuff. And he takes a blanket, whoosh, false bottom of the box,
What?
other stuff underneath.
You don't see that coming.
He's like, yeah, that's the idea.
Trying my hat on this.
It seemingly conforms perfectly around your horns, and somehow it looks cool. You're not sure. It shouldn't. By all means and purposes, it should not look cool. Somehow, you make the hat look cooler.
As Chongo does better.
Yeah, as Chongo is wanted to do.
All right.
As he flips the blanket up, I go, you are in the right line of business, because I did not expect that.
Thanks.
It's surprises like that.
It caught me off guard.
Cut him off guard.
I liked it.
It's cool.
Oh, thank you.
I want to go here. Let's go here.
Can't help myself.
Is there anything in the room Chongo could try climbing just for fun with this new head? Just like,
Yeah, the walls are kind of craggy. You
alright.
can give it a shot. Athletics check, +2.
Never mind. I rolled a 5. Yeah, so 7.
You're like, everybody's looking over at the thing so nobody sees you climb up and then fall. They just see you on the ground, like against the wall, and they're like, oh, whatever.
He like falls, but like stumbles and just kind of like and catches himself. It's like,
It's like kind of one of those where you stumble, you like hit the ground, and you're just like, oh, hey, I'm just Burt Reynoldsing it here. What's up?
yeah. Like,
Everybody's like, that
Chongo.
big, it's Chongo.
I guess Chongo got
Chongo.
sleepy. Sometimes Chongo gets sleepy.
Yeah, being a T-Rex, it takes a lot out of you.
I would not know, but I believe that.
Oh, I also
You should
do.
try.
So I want to use these cards because they were fun, but some of them are ridiculous. What do we think, Internet? I've got a second deck of cards in another box, but I have these cards that have cool art on them. But are they too much?
We're getting more stuff. More
yeah, we get
stuff.
more stuff.
We did very well.
Yeah.
Or
Two T-Rexes will do that.
Killed a bear. Killed a giant.
Mm.
And we killed an ooze with a shark in it.
That was impressive.
Killed a fish
That
tank.
was unprecedented.
I've never
Killed
seen
the
that
shit
before.
out of that fish tank.
you did. Never too much. Internet's really on your guys' side today.
Well, thank you.
Oh.
Alright, Internet. Let's see what we can drum up from these cards. What looks cool?
Remember we were like, are we going to record? Are we going to stream?
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
just
it's
hope
way
that we
better.
stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Streaming is often the best call, but let's see. There's a pair of glasses. What do these glasses do?
Yeah.
You can wear your glasses on top of their glasses.
See, the best
Extra
part
glasses?
is, remember I told you about these cards, how they didn't spell check any of them?
Yeah.
This lists like 4 spells that don't exist.
Oh!
Like Rock Shield. You guys remember Rock Shield, the spell?
I do. I do. Yeah.
How about Airwalk? I'm assuming that's Wind Walk.
Mhm.
And Ice Blade. I'm gonna guess is Ice Knife? Maybe?
And Rock Shield is just shield.
But it's
Rock.
also
Yeah, rock.
but it rocks.
So it's Chongo casting shield.
Let's check the other cards. Internet. Keep thinking of ideas.
No.
Or Internet, suggest ideas, and I'll see if I'll take them. You guys have been on point today.
I'm gonna make a pee. I'll be back.
I want more beer.
That cookie dough is very nice.
Yeah, they're cool. I like them.
He's a solid fellow.
It's very good.
So
I
what,
don't know what he did with that gold though. Did he eat it?
what gold?
Look, there's gold you fucking slipped in.
That was for us to get better stuff.
I know. Like, he said, "Oh no, no." Did he
Oh.
eat it?
Maybe he thought it was those chocolate coins.
Oh, those are really good.
No, I've made that mistake before.
It's a rough mistake.
It is.
That's part of the gold he gave. Alright, he gave us real gold. Just checking.
No, it's good. It's good money.
Just checking. So what's the plan after this, eh?
Well, a lot of people saw us. Maybe we can sit back and wait for some work.
I mean, that one guy did promise the strings if we want.
And we got drinks
That's
waiting
true.
for us,
I
that's
even asked him and I forgot.
So, that's my
right. Chongo
next
never
move.
forgets.
Chongo, yeah.
Except for what he does.
That's fair.
That's very fair.
That's
yeah.
very fair.
Alright, so I guess get drinks. We're going to be swarmed because we have lots of fans now. We're going to get lots of work. But we have to be picky on our work. We can't just dive right in, right?
No, we've got to think about it.
What kind of work are you into, Chongo? What work would you like to accept as a contract? We tend to go after high-profile targets. Like,
Yeah.
let's not overselling it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you into?
You know, Chongo just goes wherever, man. I don't even know where I am right now.
Sounds like some straight out of Gallagher's, right?
Yeah, right. Parents didn't know where they were half the time.
Yeah. Glad we left there.
Oh, me too. Otherwise, we'd be burned alive.
That's true. That's true.
Alright, well, burned dead, I guess.
Probably. Probably for better.
What, they were burned?
Well, they're dead.
Oh, right, yeah. Probably better. Right.
You guys talk funny. Where are you guys from?
Belgium.
Where are you?
Yeah.
You met Wave. He was a weird dude.
He's a quiet fellow.
He was also from Galway.
Yeah.
You remember he was real obsessed with that frost salamander egg you found?
I do.
And then that's the last you heard, really, of that scenario. Because you went off to
Yeah,
do your dealings in the Abbey
I did.
with the head of the Shadow Guild part of the Downton Abbey there.
Yes, we're by over there. We left a while ago, and now we're doing our thing.
Yeah. Go where we go.
If you're into anything, I guess that just rests with us talking to Oz after he gets back from taking away, eh?
What I missed?
Oh, right, you're back. So we were discussing what we're going to do next.
Yeah.
He goes, we're going to go to the bar, we're going to get our free drinks.
Yeah.
He also asked us where we're from Gowager.
What?
Gowager.
What? Sorry, I only heard the last part of your sentence. What was the first half?
We're from Gowager.
You guys are from Gowager?
Yeah. We know it's better than that. We don't care.
Yeah.
We hate that place.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go get a beer.
Alright, so in there, you find a few things. You find a goblet.
Ooh.
And he goes, I don't know much about you, guy. Other than that, you seem to like to die a lot.
Fair?
He goes, but in that, I feel like you might be a gambler. Seemingly with your life lately, from what I saw.
Yeah?
So I got this. He gives you a goblet and he goes, you might take a gamble every time you drink out of this. You have to figure out what it does, that's all I heard. I don't know.
I drank some.
God, alright. Dear God, roll a
wisely,
d20.
Oz, choose wisely.
Presented you a full down?
17.
You feel a surge of energy go through your body. And,
No, not that. I mean,
Particularly
like
in
a
your
graph.
groin. No.
somehow, it was a syrupy liquid that you drank, and you saw as you were drinking it, it was kind of iron colored. For the next minute, you have resistance to all points, all damage sources.
Guys, I feel great. This is the best cup ever!
So you know now, Sean.
Yeah.
17 is a potion of invulnerability.
17 is a potion of invulnerability. That's kind of nice.
I'll tell you more about the goblet in a second.
That's a nice cup.
Real nice cup. Not a once per day cup. I'm assuming.
We'll find out.
Oh,
I mean, there's more to it, but Saul. I was getting there. You find a set of van braces
Oh.
with a that slide over your hand, and they are sort of there's a very fine, almost minuscule etching that you could make me a perception check as you look at them.
$27.
Looks like spider webs embossed on the van braces. And he goes, I don't know, they spider things. I don't like spiders.
Alright.
Yeah, you can have these.
Thanks. Very got goblins. Wow.
And he looks to you, Chongo, and he's like, Chongo. I'm not gonna fucking give Chongo. I haven't got nothing. He's always resourceful. This Chongo. I don't know what to give you, my friend. And he goes, He goes, I don't know much about you, but I feel like sometimes you might find yourself in situations where you're like, man, I really wish I had a quick exit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, you know, I know, you know. He knows. And he says to the rest of you, and he goes, I give you this. And he gives you a doorknob. And he goes, now I know that may seem stupid. But he goes, you put this doorknob on a wall that's less than 10 feet thick, makes it a door. Open door.
Pretty cool.
Thanks, man.
That's a real cool exit from a real shit party. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. You should keep it in your butt so they can't take it.
Well, that's not told you that's not bad.
Fair. If you put it in your butt, would you become a door?
You become the back door.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
And he goes, but you, this guy, I don't know about you.
Oh, name's Lou.
Yeah, no. You make puns. I'm not sure how I feel about puns.
A lot of people unsure personally.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what I got for you, Lou. He goes, I watched you when he was just out running around. You like to get up places.
You're correct, yeah.
He goes, I got this. This might be... Maybe you find this useful. He goes, I got this. And he hands you a dagger. It's a black pattern steel dagger. He goes, they say it supposedly belonged to one of the greatest thieves of all time. It totally makes sense to give it to you.
Agreed. Sure. Yeah, what does it do?
He goes, I don't know. They said it let him get in and out of places real quick. You gotta figure it out. I only hear these things. They're like, oh, it's from the greatest thief who ever lived. And I was like, you probably should have been a better thief because you died. And now it's mine.
Makes sense, yeah.
And I could keep it, but I like my job as a bookie. It also rhymes with my name, so I feel like people like that. He knows. He plays Chongo the Bongos. He knows.
Yeah, man.
This guy. So here you go.
Oh, and thank you very much.
You enjoyed your blood blanket.
Thank you, Cookie.
And he's like, yeah. Alright. Get out of here.
Very well. Enjoy the rest of your booking.
He's like, I will.
Thanks, mate.
Alright.
You see him pull out, like, you guys are leaving, you see him pull out a tray.
What's on it?
Like a perception check.
I hope it's reflex. 18.
Looks like some sort of small, circular food.
Probably a biscuit.
Biscuit, yeah.
Biscuit.
You hear, and he just eats it. He's just shoving it in his mouth, going.
Cookie loves biscuits. Yeah.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
All right. To the bar, and maybe someone will offer us some work, or someone will offer us some other stuff.
I'm expecting a lot of attention at the bar. We just did something awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So far, I'm not impressed with the talent in this town, if you know what I'm saying.
You're from us.
No, I meant like, not
everyone else.
Yeah, like, I've been in this town for like a whole hour, and no good-looking dudes have been hitting on me. Upsetting.
Right.
So he just bled for you, man.
He did, but he didn't ask me out.
Maybe he was nervous.
He should be. I just died.
Well,
He's not ready for that kind of commitment.
It's a lot.
I'll make you a deal, eh?
Yeah.
Go to the bar.
Yeah.
I will keep an eye out for you. To
Yeah.
help you out.
If you see any cute dudes, send them out.
Dudes, his way.
Oh, alright.
Not
I like them a little tall.
dudes, tall.
Alright.
And we'll...
Like, how tall? We talking like
Like
this tall, and then I get, like, I actually grow, like, 6 inches, I'd say. So I'm, like, 6'3" now.
Oh, no, I meant like 4 feet.
Oh, like this, and then I shrink down to 4 feet.
Oh God.
But I still look exactly the same.
Yeah, like that. But,
Okay.
But you know, in between what you just did, like anywhere in that range, really.
Alright.
It reminds me of the halfling from the story that likes taller people.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, yeah, cowboy hat.
Alright, yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I go back to my normal size.
Okay.
You should wear a cowboy hat. Gives it some style.
I feel like that would make me very distinct,
Right.
and
I
I
try not to be seen.
want to do.
But it's a disguise. Throw a mustache on too.
What about? And then I'll disguise self.
Just me with a mustache.
Perfect.
There you go.
Whoa.
Perfect.
Where did
Where'd
he
ours
go?
man?
Where did he go, right?
Where'd ours go?
It's a great disguise.
Now it's got it.
It's just me. It's been me the whole time.
That's
good.
Man.
I've never left.
Alright, so you guys, I need to get a pen because I have to come up with a name for a bar here. Oh wait, I have some in the back of this book.
The Stinky Pinky.
No.
It's my go-to bar name. Indeed.
So you go to a bar here in DiTherr, one nearest the arena. This is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Flagon.
Ooh, I like that.
That's good.
And there is out front. There is like on the sign. There is a tiger, but it is like got like this, and you can see the flag, like the handle of the flagon behind it.
Yeah.
So, you guys go in there and you see the gentleman that was calling out to you, or the lady.
Either one.
From the crowd is there, and it's just like, I think I owe you guys all a drink, right?
One, please.
Yes.
One as well. I believe that's what's owed, right?
Yes. So here in DiTherr, they have coffee, even though that's not out. They do have like the equivalency of Irish coffee, right? So it's a alcoholic cream-based coffee. They have Bold Light imported from the kingdom of Swold, which is a common thing. They import down from Bin Fappy Henderson's Cream Ale.
It's a good one.
It's locally brewed by the recipe's been there for a long time.
Curious name that.
Yes. Well, you guys would all know that there was a group of legendary heroes many millennia, or maybe 2,000 years ago, maybe a little more. And the elven druid in that party went by many names as he lived through many lifetimes. And the dwarf in the party, for some reason, made a joke and called him Fappy Henderson as a joke, and it stuck. And he couldn't shake that nickname. His name's totally something different, and it just stuck. And then he made a beer, and it was slightly creamy. And the dwarf's like, "Oi, Fap, did you not think about what it? Fappy Henderson's Cream Ale. You didn't really know? All right, never mind." So the recipe has stayed in Bin all of these years, so that is also there. Let's see. Was that the end of the room? Nope, it's right here. I think. Nope. Alright, I don't have any of the other alcohols that I wanted to. So yes, Bold Light, Fappy Henderson's Cream Ale. Do you remember what the drinks aside from Unicorn Piss was in Felliston?
No.
There was just a beer. Triple X. Yes, it was just the 3X jug generic based alcohol. They have some of that imported down. And yeah, sold still in teapot. Unicorn Piss. It is a pink drink. It's exceptionally fruity.
Ooh, one for us.
Yeah, but it's and it also has like a little bit of pep to it. So, and that's DiTherr's main focus, their drink is the alcoholic coffee. So those are the options that you guys kind of have at the moment here.
Yeah, Unicorn Piss.
And he's like, she's like, yeah, all right, one for this guy. They hand you a teapot.
What's your feeling, Sonny?
Well, I'm kind of tired. I put the pipe in my mouth and I like take my hand and like sprinkle as like tobacco leaves fall into the top and I go, take the coffee.
Coffee, the alcoholic.
Yeah, it's fine.
Go on to those, please.
All right, you get two of the alcohol. Chongo?
Make it 3.
Chongo, all right. The three of
Like
you.
a
And one of you.
style.
So, and they're in a nice, they're in a glass coffee mug. So it's, got the handle and everything, nice and easy. You can see coffee is poured in and then the alcoholic cream liqueur on top of it, so you can watch it go down and sort of bloom up.
That's satisfying.
Yeah. And you have your unicorn piss in the teapot. If there's anything to take from Evrand, it's cream ale, chongo, spiky panda, death spiders. Why you like this in weed? It's a pretty accurate description of this campaign. Truly a great world. It's only a fraction of the total experience. But yes, those are all things that have happened.
Right.
Yeah, and they're like, so thank you, Pancake Sauce, for the follow. What a great name. Is that syrup?
Syrup, yeah.
Anyway.
But pancake sauce is a much better name than syrup.
I didn't want to call syrup pancake sauce.
It's a great name.
Can I get some pancake sauce? Did I stutter? It was pancake sauce.
Next weekend at Celine's, they're doing a maple syrup boil. Like, that's what they're doing all weekend, is tapping trees to make
Maple
pancake sauce.
Maple pancakes.
I'm so excited for pancake sauce now.
So I guess while we're there, we're keeping an eye out for potential interested
I'm
parties.
looking around for
And
clients and
dudes.
also people for this guy over here.
Cute dudes. I am looking out for cute dudes and any thieves camp signage or any people doing some thieves camp up and no.
He's canting.
All right. So
He's canting.
you guys can make me. Like I said, everybody was looking for something to make perception checks.
I'm just going to be taking a look at my new dagger while keeping an eye
Yeah.
out.
All right.
Chugger's just gonna like start tapping away in the corner, you know, just like
Yeah. Make me a performance check, Chongo.
absolutely.
22 for perception.
28.
All right. You saw actually out in the street. You're recalling it now.
Fuck you.
What's you get? 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Nice.
Waffles are dry. Works of evil. I love waffles, but pancake sauce.
It's a better
your
name.
name.
It's just a better name.
Yeah. You are looking around. You actually recall retroactively thieves' camp. Pretty abundant outside.
A lot of signage.
Yeah, mostly shade based, which you would know that the shade is the large thieves guild that's sort of Evrand wide.
Okay.
You've never actually encountered them.
No, I was involved with the dim.
Yes, which is something different.
Yes.
Or maybe not. You don't know. You only ever dealt with small town crime.
Okay.
So there's things about.
Okay.
So there's potentially much more deeper caves to dive in as far as Thieves Guild goes outside.
Okay.
You actually find, funnily enough, about a 5-foot tall minotaur here in the bar. It's a tall dude. You don't know how he likes him, hairy or not.
I'm gonna walk right up to that Minotaur.
Yeah, you're about to walk up, and then you hear like from the bongos in the corner as Chongo rolls a natural 20. So what is that?
29.
So you guys start to hear, and like it all starts to click, and like conversation stops. And you've all heard how when playing with Kurt, legendary monk of the Downton Abbey, Chongo and Kurt played together and changed the course of music as you know it in Evrand. This tapping of the bongos and this methodic method, you get the feeling that, like, while not the same, because it's not accompanied by that epic guitar and vocals, this is of that quality as one could do solo. And it's just bongos. It doesn't make sense. How is it this good? But, like, everybody's like, and, like, the lights dim of their own accord except for a spotlight on Chongo as you just tap away on your bongos in the dark. And it just, I mean, what more could you want? This is it, man. You got your coffee. People think you're a great T-Rex champion. And now the whole bar's eyes on you.
Yeah.
You just live it up, man.
And he's not even paying attention to the rest of the people. He's just doing it for him.
That's the you know. Well, you don't know because you're just Chongo, but everybody else knows. That is the mark of a true artist. He's not playing for other people. He's playing because he enjoys it, and that enjoyment shows to everyone else.
Yeah.
They know that you're in this for you because it's what makes you happy, and they feel that empathically through your music. Wonderful, wonderful experience. However long that set goes on for.
I don't know if there's a time limit, you know?
All right, it just keeps eventually like
7 hours.
7 hours, yeah.
so that's what happens. So yeah, but then like after about 5 minutes, the initial awe of that kind of begins to die down. There's some people that are just like fucking they're Chongo. That's their life now. Like there are people that will go murder other people based on what they hear in your music.
It's like bongo heads. Now you know, a whole thing that follows you around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I walk up to this Minotaur and I go, "Hey, name's Soul. You hear that beautiful music?
He's like, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Great.
You see where it's coming from over there?
Yeah, he's wonderful.
You see,
That's Chongo. We got one
you
too.
see Chongo, yeah. But you see the person next to Chongo.
Yes, I see that little man.
Yeah. Yeah. That man saved my life.
No.
Just not moments ago.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he saved my life.
That's
We
wonderful.
a big ooze with a shark inside.
He's like, I thought I was in the crowd.
He saved my life. He drove me to attack.
Like
His
that.
actions drove me to do what I did.
Well, my star, that is wonderful. Wow.
That man is a legend.
I think I need to go. What's his name?
His name is Oz.
Oz.
You should go talk to
I'm
him.
gonna go talk to that Oz
You
right
do
now.
that. You do that.
I'll tell him that
You
you.
do that.
Should I tell him that you saw that you said?
You know what? I think it would mean more if you went to him yourself.
It's
instead.
like I will do that right now.
Do that.
And you walk,
Do that.
and you see like sauntering over you, hips back and forth. Clop, clop, clop is this minotaur across the bar. He's like, oh hey, if you I heard your name is
Yeah. And what is your name? Tall person.
He's like, my name is Bo.
Bo, is that short for something?
Bovine.
Oh! Bowman, do you have a room or someplace to stay in this establishment?
He's like, of course.
Would you like to show it to me?
I would love to right now.
I would love to right now.
Let's go.
Alright, do you want a drink? You want me to bring up a drink?
He's like, yeah, we'll get one delivered to the room. That we ain't got time for that.
Deliver? Oh, excuse
And
me.
he will
Guys, see you later. Chongo, stay real.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Mom.
Saul.
Got you, bro.
And he grabs your hand with his meaty minotaur grip. And you are pulled away, and he's like, oh, we got it's gonna be fun.
Tears.
I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. I have no idea where that came from.
You, for a second, I thought it was Mike Tyson. It was a little Mike Tyson-y.
It was starting Mike Tyson, and it went a little different.
Somewhere between Mike Tyson and the guy from Family Guy.
Yeah,
That's Alan's dad.
that's exactly what he's doing. A mixture of that.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so they leave.
Jesus.
I was investigating that deck.
Yes. So I will tell you. We'll say over the course of this, when Chongo plays this music, it's hard. You lose track of time.
Like, I thought the deck.
So about an hour passes.
Yeah.
So this is a warp blade.
Ooh.
It does require attunement.
Consider it attuned.
This dagger has 4 charges. You know when you're ready.
Yeah. 4 charges.
You can use a charge to cast Misty Step from it. Or 2 charges to cast Gaseous Form. Regains 1d4 charges at dawn.
Now, just to clarify, my cast Misty Step, is it using a bonus
Yeah,
action?
as per the spell.
Yeah.
So, as a
You
bonus
said
action.
Gaseous Form is 2 charges?
Correct.
And gains 1d4 charges.
At dawn. It has 4 total.
4 max, okay. You hear from the table during bongos me go, oh.
Oh, I'm good.
Anything else? What's going on with you
I
guys?
mean, other than that, I'm gonna check out what my bracers of spider markings are.
Alright. So, these are called Arachnid's Blessing.
Oh,
They are also attunement.
okay. I mean, I already have bracers, but let's see.
These have 5 charges. Wait till you're done.
Yep.
While wearing them, you can use one of the charges
Mhm.
to cast the web spell.
Oh.
The DC 15. Also, while you are wearing these bracers, you are under the effect of the spider climb spell. Also, there's one more. Because a bonus action, you can choose to launch forth a web strand out to 100 feet that you can swing from up to your movement speed as a bonus action, or as part of your move, and then swing. Gets 1d4 charges back daily at dawn.
Ooh. And then I go back to what I'm doing. I get 1d4 charges at the web
Yeah,
swing.
but the 1d4 charges total. The charges are only to do the web. This is a freebie. Yeah. As a bonus action, you can launch a thin, sticky strand of web up to 100 feet that you can swing from up to your movement speed as part of your movement.
Okay.
Spider climb, and then web.
You have to say up, and away web.
It's a command phrase. Up and away web.
Shazam! Alright. Chongo, your music lets you... The door knob, you pretty much know what it does, but... When it's placed against a wall with that's no more than 10 feet thick, it attaches to the wall and creates a temporary door leading to the area on the other side of the wall, allowing easy passage back and forth. It is, unfortunately, when it's used, it's stuck there, and there is now a permanent door.
Just walk like you did.
So, but when you need it.
Free door?
But you get the feeling that because this is so consumable, more of these may exist.
Because you definitely need to be at places more than I do.
Cool.
Oz, you're too busy.
I don't know what my cup does.
Nope.
But my cup runneth over. If you know what I'm saying.
I do. Chongo, someone in the crowd, they throw something your way.
Oh.
Let's see what it is.
It's a wiener.
It's pretty hard to just... Nope, we're gonna leave that one alone.
I got a wiener trinket.
Do you?
In an evil game. I got that vibe. I got that magical dildo.
Yeah, that's true. I don't remember what it was actually.
No, it was a magical vibrator.
Was it?
Yeah, they called it like no. It's like you don't know what it is, but it looks kind of like a mortar from a mortar and pestle, but it's not as hard and it vibrates.
It's a massager.
Yes,
It's a massager, yeah.
for my
Back.
butthole. Oh.
I mean, you know.
Shit.
Someone throws a whole bouquet of long-stemmed daisies. And then they throw a second one that's like, they throw a bouquet, and then the second they throw is those same type of flowers, but woven into a bracelet.
What'd you get there? Brother?
Hey, bro, let me get your slippers.
Oh, I like my slippers very much.
Yeah, but you're gonna like this more.
Like what?
I got my braces
Yeah.
already. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Because they keep things handy for me. I got these braces.
Right.
They do what your slippers do, but more. They give you abilities to slip places and swing places, and you can cast web at things and make things all sticky. So you can use these to get around from the tops of things, and I can use these because fucking slippers are great and they're comfy. And my boots are fucking heavy. Oh, so good.
Thanks, mate.
No problem. Have fun.
Hi. Hey. It's nice.
It's good.
Thank you. I'm out. I don't have any shoes now.
Take my boots on. That fucking sucks for you. I'm gonna put them in the bag.
Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, does anyone have any spare boots around here?
Us has a spare pair, but they're not.
You're not.
You're with
this big.
Here's my boots, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Just fucking with you.
Right. I'll ask Oz, but he's knocking boots currently. Oh, I hear him now.
Fucking moves.
So,
I was having a good time.
what were those called?
Arachnid's Blessing.
Let's see here.
I'll get the description from you later.
Just basic notes and instructions you can get it from Ted.
Oh,
Where did
okay.
you get that? Where did you get that Arachnid's Blessing? Is it from the internet or a list?
It's from one of my many lists.
Okay.
Let's see. Chongo. Somebody else in the crowd. Something else your way.
Crowd, please.
Always. Someone throws your way.
No, that's 5 treasures. Don't when you get one. You
Let's see here. Where did it go? I lost it.
You can use one treasure. You use web. You get spider climb. Sling.
Only 3d4.
Long live the bongos.
And web sling
Great
was 100
idea.
feet.
Yes.
Web sling was 100 feet.
I think so, yeah.
So 9, they throw you a bunch of. There's like a pack of sparklers.
Tight. Sweet.
Lou, somebody else comes by the table and it's just like, saw you out there. It was a good time.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And I go, it's a woman, and she says, so I heard you're looking for work, and to help solidify our deal, maybe these are more your style. And she slides over to you. Roll me 2d4.
7.
A case of 7, and you open it up, and they are screw-on arrowheads, so that if you want to modify and make trick arrows, these will work for them.
These are very nice. What was your name?
And her name, and she says, my name's not important.
That's a very clever name. What kind of job are you looking for?
So she says to you, so she says, there's a crypt nearby, not too far outside of town. And there's some rumors that a creature has set up there. And I have a friend who was taken there, I believe, by these creatures. So if you would go and clear out that crypt and bring my friend back to me, that would be ideal.
Alright. Well, got some follow-up questions for you.
Alright.
1, if we're going to be getting your friend, they're going to want to trust us to get them back to their friend. What should I say their friend's name is again? What is your name?
She seems to ponder what she wants to be known as. And, I want to give her a name.
My name's Lou, if that helps for this part of the transaction.
She says, no, it doesn't, but I appreciate you telling me your name. I learned your name. I saw it in the arena.
You're welcome, still polite on my part.
Yep. No, appreciate it. She tells you that her name is... One sec, let's flip to the back of Xanathar's real quick.
No worries, think of whatever pseudonym you need to use for this transaction.
And she says, I will. Thank you for that. She says her name is... Oh, it's a percentile, not a d20. She says that her name is... Celeste. That is her name.
That's very fitting. Celeste, is she human, elf?
Yes, human, female.
Right, and what
Might
is
as well
your...
make her blonde.
I was about to ask if she was
Blonde
blonde.
hair.
I believe I can picture her.
Yes.
And what is your friend's name?
My friend's name is...
Sage, Nassim, Brittany, potentially.
Let's
Josh.
think.
Josh.
Yep, Josh.
I'll try to remember that one. It became very personal. Right, and Josh, is he a human, dwarf? What's your answer here? Ted?
No.
Well, why? You don't run a game for me. He's a smallish human.
Okay.
She says.
Smallish human.
You could mistake him for a dwarf, but
I've, oh, right. Been told I look like a modern gnome once. Thanks for that. Right, okay, so do you know what...
Now that you said it, I see it.
Right.
Have you do you know who took your friend, your friend Josh, and why?
she says, I don't know why, but I believe that it may have something to do with this crypt. I'm not really sure. Josh, he dabbles in things he probably shouldn't dabble in. He gets himself in trouble.
Alright, I understand. I've had a couple friends like that before. How do you know he's been taken?
Well, he's not around.
And you just think it's to the crypt?
Yeah, he was talking about maybe going there because he was looking into. He likes history. He was looking into some stuff, and there was a sketchy past about this crypt.
Right.
So he'll tell. She says so. Yeah, I'm not really entirely sure what's going on, but he mentioned something about this place maybe being somehow related to some warlock king or something named the King in Silver, who supposedly was a patron of death. I don't know if that's real.
Have I heard of this before?
It's a general tale. It's
Okay.
more like just like a fable or a myth, right? King in Silver was someone who, again, like any kind of fairy tale. Oh, he was supposedly he was a warlock and his patron was death itself. Ooh, so call the children, and he apparently pledged the soul of his 2 sons to death in exchange for eternal life.
All right.
So,
Seems like a
but
raw deal.
yeah, as the final
That's
words of the
what's gonna happen
pledge
anyway.
were packed, he died. Supposedly, is the rumor. So it never came through. The rumor was that maybe his sons were resurrected. So
The King in Silver, understood. All right. Well, what's in it for us if we bring back your friend? And I'd like to specify it's not, is a possibility. I'd like to brace you for this fact that Josh is not alive anymore.
she says that would be unfortunate.
That would be very unfortunate. But if we are to get him back alive or dead, preferably alive, obviously, what would be our payment?
And she says, first of all, you can keep anything you find because it's supposed to be a crypt where his family was interred, so there may be familial treasures
Right. Okay.
interred within.
Gotcha.
So those are yours. And she says, not that you guys need exposure, but I can absolutely promise you exposure.
Exposure's not a very big payment. Is anything
But-
a little bit more tangible?
She says, yeah, I have some gold socked away. I can give you upon Josh's return.
Gotcha. How much we talking? We just got quite a sum, and we may get other offers. I just want to know what we're balancing here.
And she says, well, I think the best I could scrape together is about 5,000 gold.
5,000.
But I am a bit of a witch. So I have some witchly
Don't be so
magic.
hard on yourself.
And she's like, no, it's... Never mind.
Oh, legitimately.
Yes, no, I have magic.
Gotcha. I thought your friends just said terrible things about you.
I mean, that's... Josh used to. Look where it got him.
Right.
I mean, no, but that's horrible. We should get it back.
Man.
Yeah, we should definitely get it back. Yes.
But she's like, I may be able to offer you some services in spellcraft.
All right.
And she says, and if you're worried, don't worry. My magic comes from a source of good. A bit of a celestial witch, if you had to.
I'd make an insight check, but I
Sure.
believe you.
You can make an insight
Because
check.
it's too legit. I just knocked myself off the wall.
That's fine.
Insight check is going to be a 15.
Yeah, you believe that Celeste, the celestial witch, is telling the truth.
Gotcha.
She's not a con witch.
Okay.
She's not trying to con you.
Well, I believe I was waiting for the pun.
I was trying to figure out how I wanted to word it in there.
I was also. Alright, so keep anything we find. 5k gold split between the 4 of us. Quick math, it's going to come out to about 1,250 gold pieces each. And then we're going to be looking at potential magical services if it comes to it. I think that's pretty good. I need to discuss with my business partners. I believe one is a little tied up right now, potentially physically if they're really into it. And we can we get back to you in the morning?
And she says, yeah, would I meet you here?
Meet us here is fine. Approximately 11 in the morning.
She says, I'll meet you then.
Alright, sounds good. Very nice to meet you, and we'll see you in the morning then.
Alright, sounds good. I'll see you then. And she leaves.
Magical services. Right. Alright, so, Sorry.
What guys are going? What?
Oh no, it's pretty cool. We have a potential deal tomorrow. I'm going to give you the highlights. Crypt getting Josh returning to Celeste, who is a witch. Physically, not just a descriptive word. Promised us anything we find in the crypt of the King in Silver, plus 5k gold split between the four of us, which equals 1,250 gold pieces each, and then potentially some magical services. What say you?
Can we see this person again? Because then I can actually see. I can just scry in on this Josh if she's got a thing of him, and I can just see if he's still alive.
Oh, well, we're going to see her tomorrow morning at 11 to confirm the deal.
Okay.
Because I said I need to discuss it with our lot first, and someone's a little busy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, alright, yeah, no, that sounds good to me.
Good. All right. Morning.
Morning. Alright, cool.
And then I will sit down, continue our coffee alcohol drinking, and watch the rest of Chongo's beautiful show.
All right. So
So immersive.
it is.
Very good.
Nerd immersive.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Actual mangas? Got real skins on this.
Oh, because of the show.
So Chongo, we play for however long you want to play.
I don't know. Maybe like a 2-hour performance total, start to finish.
All right. You score about 70 gold in tips on top of that. People are excited.
So good at this. At the end of it, Chongo bows and says, "Thank you for everything."
And they're like, thank you. People crying. Changed my life. Someone's like, look, I got a Chongo tattoo. It's like fresh, like it's still red, like they just got it.
During the 2-hour performance.
Oh god.
Chongo buys a round of drinks for everyone that's still present, you know?
They ask, even though it's fresh, they ask if you'll sign it, the tattoo. And they cringe in pain as you sign it, and then you see him like run over to somebody in the corner who's like putting away tattoo set in a bar, not the most like sterile, and they're like folding it up and putting it away. They're like, no, he signed it. Tattoo this. And they have him tattoo Chongo's signature over the Chongo tattoo. And the guy is like, you see him like he's so happy, but he's in so much pain.
He's so happy, but
I
he's
can
so
kill
sad.
someone from 600 feet away, and he has more power than I will ever have.
I need you to realize something.
Yeah.
You
Right.
will never be Chongo.
I will never. No one ever will.
Except for Chongo.
Yeah. Quite good.
As they say this in the backside, a woman comes up to you. She's like, I named my baby Chongo.
She wasn't pregnant before you started.
She's pregnant now.
You know, they just have that kind of effect on people, you know?
Very powerful.
Chongo's very flattered and all this. You know, he just does what Chongo does for Chongo, you know? And for the people.
Do it for you.
That's so deep. He's so deep. Oh my god, I know. Like I thought it was like a level below deep. I don't get it. It's like, but I get it. I don't. People are like, just like somebody just like faints. So yeah, you guys are able to do whatever you want to do for the evening before you take a long rest
Yeah.
to get up in the morning.
Sleep.
All right, you guys all do that.
Take long rest.
You get up in the morning.
HP check.
Is there a button for long rest?
There should be wherever the HP's at. I think.
Yep. It should be short rest, long rest, and then hit points.
You see it, John?
Nope.
Mm.
Oh. Oh, no.
Let's see. Where is it in this version? Here, let's see.
There might be like an option you can click into.
Yeah. Healing. Missions. No. Oh, if you tap on your face. Oh! So you guys get up in the morning. What's your deal, Oz?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. I want to know. Do you stay? Do you leave? What's your deal?
Oh,
In the morning.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, in the morning I leave.
When do you you sneak out?
No.
So you're
Let's say goodbye.
in the brace of this fuzzy bovine man.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, hey. He's like sitting there, like horn pressed against the bed, like hand on his, and he's just like,
Horn through the pillow.
he's like big spooning you, and he's just like smiling with it, and he's there as you wake up, and he's just like, and he's smiling, he's looking at you, he's like, oh, hey, how'd you sleep? Did you sleep well?
I did. I slept very well. How about you?
He's like, it's great. He's like, this is the best rested I've been in a long time.
Best what?
Best rested.
Best what?
He's like, are you making fun of me right now?
No, I don't understand what you're saying.
I got a lot of sleep.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad. I was pretty tuckered out.
He's like, oh, I know. I was there.
All right. Well, Bo.
Yeah.
It's time for Oz to move on.
And he's like, that's alright. If you ever come back to DiTherr, I'll be here.
Bo, if I ever come back to DiTherr, I'm gonna look you up.
He's like, I hope you do.
I will.
Don't you go being alive. I don't like liars.
Oh yeah, I respect that. I
Yeah.
also take issue with liars.
He's like, that's good.
All right. Are you gonna hang out here?
Yeah, no, I'll be good. I'm just gonna sit here and relax.
All right.
Enjoy all of this. It's gonna be a good time.
Good. All right. I'll see you out there, Bo.
He's like, yeah.
And I'm gonna
You
leave.
will.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
And as you leave, you hear like a deep inhale. Like breathing in the room as you shut the door.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go to the bar.
So Bo, you guys, he seems to have stayed here for a couple nights.
Yeah.
What does he usually like for breakfast?
And they're like, eggs.
Eggs? Whatever he gets, double it, send it to his room. It's on me.
And you are Oz, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright. Sounds good.
Here's the money.
Yep, you give him the money.
Throw in. He's gonna need a lot of coffee, but also a lot of water. And new sheets. So here's an extra gold for that.
Yeah, it'd be 2 gold all told.
Yeah,
we'll say.
here you go. And then also, I would like breakfast.
And you can get whatever you want.
Yeah, just coffee, water. I'm gonna try it.
What?
I'm excited for coffee.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard good things.
It's pretty good.
Ooh, would I have had coffee in Bin?
No,
No?
it's not. It's too small. Bin is basically it's fish everything.
Yeah, I figured, but I mean, since it's
They're
marginally
simple fishing people.
That
Except
sounds nice.
for Fish Fest, which is Fish Coachella.
Which is
crazy. at that time.
I don't want to go there for that.
Well, you've been there.
I didn't like it. Oz did not like Fish Coachella.
I feel like Chongo was also still sitting at the bar. Like he had a conversation with someone and then just stopped talking and went to sleep right there.
Yeah, that's not
In the same position and is still there just staring with the glasses on.
Yeah, so Chongo, you're sitting at the bar and like Oz comes up next to you and's ordering food. You casually wake up, no one knows because they're behind the dark glasses.
Open the illusion.
Chongo
Were you
never
here all
sleeps.
night?
Yeah.
Cool. Breakfast?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, that's what he said.
Alright, what are you having?
2 is what I'm having.
Just like
Eggs and
bacon.
taters.
You have eggs and taters.
Did Minotaur wear clothes?
What?
Did Minotaur wear clothes?
Yeah, they have to hide their massive wieners. Yeah. I don't know what you're into, Chongo. I'd try it. I mean, I did. It is nice.
Alright.
It was like sleeping with a well-hung blanket. Which, if that's what you're into,
You know, Sean will try anything once.
it is worth it. Have you had this coffee?
Yeah, last night, man.
It is bitter, but delightful.
Yeah.
This is nice. I'm gonna say this is way more fun than those other guys.
You know, Chongo's always having fun.
Which is a great way to be. Did I tell you what happened after you left? Do you care? I feel like you're in the zone. I don't want to bum you out.
Yeah, next time.
Next time. All right, cool. Just breakfast for now. What happened to the other fellers?
Sleep. I don't know.
Fair.
They were supposed to meet in the morning.
Oh, it's the morning.
Oh shit. Morning.
So where?
Here.
You know what works out really well?
Yeah.
We're already here.
You know, that's what I was thinking.
Cool. Yeah. Let's do more of this.
All right. So what about you guys? You assume you went and got a room?
Yeah, we got a room.
Same room, two separate, one room. How's that work? I don't know.
Same room, 2 beds.
Yeah.
Okay.
same room, two
Yeah,
beds.
you do that.
We usually try to get each other's backs just in case something goes wrong. So
Yeah.
I usually stay up a little bit to keep watch,
Sure.
and then just kind of.
You guys did hear some cow sounds from down the hall. Yeah, it was something like that at one point.
Yeah, we know what that is.
Yep. You know.
Someone's
We know.
grazing the
We
pasture.
know.
Yep. So you guys come down for breakfast? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, come down.
Okay. You do, and you see them sitting at the bar.
Oh, hi.
Morning, guys.
Gentlemen.
2 coffees, please. You want actual coffee this time, or do you want yours?
No, I'll take some different coffee this time.
2 coffees, please.
We'll get you guys some coffee. The coffee here on the house because of the show. So they're not charging you for the coffee. Breakfast, yes. Coffee, no.
Yeah, that's fine.
Take a
Take
regular
coffee, yeah.
Coffee, thank you
That's
so
fine.
much.
How was your guys' night?
Good.
It was
Rested.
Yeah.
That was yours, more importantly.
It was delightful. Thank you for the assist.
No problem.
He was a really nice guy.
Good. Good.
I'm glad to hear it. After that fight, you deserved a nice night.
Yeah.
Thanks. My wounds feel better. And it almost makes being eaten by a shark worth it.
Oh, I can
I can
see
see
that.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just grabbed some sleep, just make sure we rested up, good for the morning. To update you, because you were doing a thing, got a potential job. She's going to come back in. Her name's Celeste. Coming in around 11 o'clock in the morning, which should be relatively soon.
Sweet.
Short story is their friend Josh, small, human, fuzzy or something. I know you're into them. Maybe. He got lost into potentially a crypt of the King in Silver. And if we go and find him, I know, right? Very exciting. If we go and find him, it's 5,000 gold, which splits up to a sum for the 4 of us.
Like it?
Yep. We get potential magical services because Celeste is an actual witch. Sounds pretty cool.
Oh.
And whatever we find in the crypt, we get to keep.
You know what?
Yeah. What?
It's not stealing if they're dead.
Right. The one thing I am concerned about potentially
I love this
is
group.
if it's King in Silver and it's actually following the myth, possibly things may be cursed. So, just a thing to keep out for. Just
So, to finish up the story as you all are conversing and talking about this, so the final words of the pledge were ushered by the king, and then he collapsed to the ground dead. And elsewhere in the castle, his 2 princes died as well in their sleep. So it was, he wanted to pledge the souls of his son in exchange for their own eternal life, and all 3 of them died. So, in a way, at least that's as much as the story goes. There were rumors, people were like, oh, they're probably ghosts or something. Or like, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't sacrifice your sons for your own, and like, karma. I don't know.
Also, death was gonna get them anyway.
Fair.
It's not a great deal.
So, I mean, I'm down for it. It is potentially dangerous if the rumors are true. You seemed very into the ghost boar idea, so this is the closest thing to it. I guess an actual maybe ghosts.
Alright?
What concerns me though
Yeah.
is if he went over there and someone took him in, may not just be ghosts, or something enthralled him in, or something enclosed him in, so it's probably a greater threat there.
I look really good from far away, and these are really enclosed.
Yeah, just walk on the ceiling. You got them fancy boots. I've seen those slippers before.
Well, funny thing, I gave those slippers to him because he got very cool braces, and I know why would I trade those out for just some ordinary boots and some things that go on my wrists that look like slap bands? Well, let me tell you, it does the same thing plus more. I can shoot webs. I can swing.
Cool.
It's pretty exciting.
You seem pretty excited.
I am very excited.
I got a cup. I forgot to check what it does.
You got, oh, Rob, you drank it before, and you.
I did. I felt great. I'm gonna drink it again.
Alright, so here's how it works. I'll let you know.
Ah.
But no, I'm not gonna. Well, you still roll.
I rolled it
It
there.
has 2 charges.
Mm-hmm.
It gets regains 1 charge daily at dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And when you use a card charge, it fills with clear, odorless liquid.
Mm-hmm.
And then after imbibing the liquid, you roll a d20 rather, to determine its effects.
Alright.
So you rolled a 17. What'd you roll this time?
10.
And he dies.
You should make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Is it against poison?
It is.
Lucky. Better. You said con?
Mhm.
Just 15.
You take 31 points of poison damage.
Oh god.
Ooh. Oh, you're right.
No.
You've never experienced a poison like this.
Cool.
This is technically Midnight Tears. It took effect now just because it's more fun that way.
Fair.
But what it's supposed to happen is it's a poison that's a DC 17 con save. But when you imbibe it, it takes effects at the stroke of midnight.
Oh.
And then you take 96 poison damage.
96?
9d6. So
Oh, okay.
31 is the average.
Or maybe slow your roll on the drinking from that cup.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, you're.
Gambler's Goblet. That's what it's called.
Alright.
Who knows? What other great things lie within?
Yeah, but now that I know, the downside is I might take 30 damage. I'm probably not going to use it very much.
That's fair.
You might heal 31 damage.
Yeah, but if I'm in a scenario where I need to heal 31, I'm probably not going to risk losing 30. Because that's my whole health.
I mean, if you live in fear of a little cup, that's what you do.
Yeah, I just own a magic cup now that I don't want to drink from.
Okay.
Today.
Sure.
Again.
So, unless you guys have anything else to handle, you just wait here.
Wait here for like an hour?
Yeah, wait for Celeste to show up. He wants to make sure if Celeste has anything, we can pinpoint Josh. We may be able to scry magically to find out where he is.
Fancy.
Other than that, I guess we can just be on the way. Is there anything you want to? We got a lot of gold. Is there anything you guys want to buy in preparation?
Not really. I'm kind of enjoying just all the gold. I've never had this much gold before.
Very nice. Would we be able to fight ghosts?
Okay. I don't know about you.
Have we done it before? I don't quite remember. There's been so many.
No.
Right. Bow and arrow. Shoot it.
I mean, some ghost sound of that somewhere.
Well, I got magic I can be on it. Lightning arrow. As long as it's not a big bowl of water with a shark in it.
Yeah, that was a real bad move.
This is terrible.
You really fucked up.
Oh, lightning,
You should feel
water, conducts electricity.
No, you
hits
should
the
really feel
shark.
bad. You fucked up.
It made sense.
No, it didn't.
That
As I go back thinking about and how I wasn't about to cast Call Lightning on it.
Reasonable. It would just increase each time it took lightning damage.
Yeah.
The retributive lightning damage it did just increased by a d4 each time.
Oof.
So, good that you didn't.
Yeah.
We already are lightning attacks that we ready to actually cast them at the same time.
Oh dear.
44 lightning damage on top of everything else.
Very evil kobold press, I say to myself.
That was actually a fan creation as well. I don't remember who did, but
Very evil fan creation.
yes.
Creator.
So, 11 o'clock rolls around. Celeste makes her way into the bar. She says, "Have you reached a decision?"
Everyone on board with this? Thumbs up?
I mean, yeah.
Thumbs up?
Yeah. Do you have any belongings that belong to this, Josh? Do you have any images of what they look like? Do you have anything?
And she says, "Unfortunately, I don't."
Well, that makes it difficult.
Yeah, Josh was not one for. He wasn't really one for pictures. I don't know why.
Celeste, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Would you classify your magical abilities as more arcane or divine?
So a little bit of both.
Okay.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Divine is usually good.
I mean, especially if we're going up against ghosts. Potentially.
Just I'm not going.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
But, like, you know, if one of us gets possessed, or,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, if, like, we could bring him back to you.
Oh yeah.
Bitch is possessed.
Yeah, maybe. I would try to prevent that if possible.
Yes, thank you.
Throwing it out
Good advice.
Alright. So I think we're at an agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have a time frame? I know obviously sooner is better. But do you have any legit time frame as part of this deal?
She says no. I mean, sooner is better than later. As if he is taken by something, I don't know for what purpose. And if any of the rumors are true, I don't imagine he's going to be in a pretty good spot for very long. If there is rumors of ghosts and things, I don't think that goes well for him the longer he's left there.
So where are we going? Which direction?
We're going.
And she will point. She'll kind of show you on a small map, like where the crypt is. It's like on the outskirts of town,
All right.
near where there's like a little cemetery mausoleum set up.
Do you know anyone who's ever been in there, or people who would have information further about the crypt itself?
And she says the rumor of what it was for keeps most people away, but Josh is he likes that kind of stuff.
Too curious for his own good.
Yeah.
It's very surreal.
I don't know what to do.
What do you mean?
I've never been adventuring with other people who have good ideas.
We're about to walk into a crypt with potentially very dangerous things. I wouldn't classify
Yeah, but you
this as a
asked
good-
intelligent questions, you tried to get information. It's really thrown me for a loop.
It's what we do.
Wait.
Information and eliminate targets is what we do.
You need to give me a second.
Yeah, no, take a sip of coffee, take your time.
Sure.
So you... Sorry, Chongo. So you guys gather information.
Right. Yeah.
Intelligence, we could call it.
Yeah.
You gather intelligence.
Yeah.
As we call it is.
And then you use that to make good decisions, to eliminate your targets, while minimizing your chances of death.
Yes, we don't want to die. I don't want to die again. It was really not pleasant.
I don't understand. We'll have to come back to this later.
That's fine.
I
Oh, so
We like
we're
money
good
and
if
not
you,
dying.
you want
She's
to
like, great, all right, thanks.
So that's what the
She leaves.
sum of not dying to being wealthy is.
Also, we made it our business as Johnson & Johnson, a family company, to make sure that we take care of each other and whoever's with us. It's our little family at the time.
Right.
Because we share more love in here than we had in our family back home.
Right.
Anyway,
We have one agreement throughout the entire family. No tears.
no tears.
No tears shed.
oh. I mean, ever? Or just like no more tears?
Ever. Well, I mean, half the family's gone, so yeah.
Fair. Okay, cool. I am happy to be a part of this. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Let's wait an hour first, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
He has to wait
Sip
that
your
out.
coffee, take your breakfast, take your time.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
Take a short rest.
So I can short rest you.
fine.
Wait, short rest.
Let Chongo play.
It's on a rest. An extra one.
Yeah. Woo! Chongo's tired.
He slept sitting up at the bar. It's not the most restful sleep.
How good was it, Sean?
3, 12, 14, 16, 17. 20 with 4 hit die, and I add 3.
That was with the 3s?
That was with the 3s added.
Dear God.
So
One,
you have how much health?
1,
now?
1,
So
5, I think.
you have 10.
10 damage now.
Did you get the one from Chongo?
No, I did not count the one from Chongo.
So
I
9.
gained 21.
I'll give you the level 1 cure wounds.
Wait. Thank you.
Another 9.
All right, I have 1 damage at this point,
That's not bad.
so that I'm comfortable rolling into battle with.
All right, so off.
Then off.
All right, so you guys travel for a little while throughout the town to the outskirts to where the kind of cemetery mausoleum is, and you notice that there's a fairly large size cemetery here, and seems like the mausoleums were here for a while, but there's a lot of cemeteries and a handful of recently newly dug graves. And you get the feeling based on the choice of entertainment, and there's a pretty good potential for people to just bite it. So, a large plot of land devoted to this. So, you, with a little bit of searching, you find what you believe to be the entrance that is to this crypt.
Bless you. Bless you.
I'd like to check the door for traps.
All right.
15.
Seems pretty good.
I need to make a general perception check.
Okay.
Would you like to scope out the area with me?
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure I had a thing for that.
Do you have to take magic?
Do you?
I
Do you? Okay.
I think I just have a 13.
I also
Forever.
Nice day.
My passive perception is way
I
higher.
bet you're actively looking. You're like, man, if I was my eyes
I
were
was
closed,
just not giving you shit.
my eyes were closed right now, I'd be in so much better shape. I'd hear all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Should just learn something that I care less.
That's my biggest pet peeve. Is like a character's like my passive perception's like 22, but my active perception roll is a 6. The fuck?
Yeah, for real.
You have good peripherals.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
la 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 la. Oh, there's something. Got it. Don't you fucking sneak up on me. I saw you.
Looks fine to
But he
me.
wasn't even looking at me. Yeah, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's like you're looking for the rogue hiding over here, but you see the other one over there. It makes no sense.
Oh, I see nothing. You?
Same. On me.
Shall we descend?
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, do you guys want to take a little break before we dive into this?
Well, I was gonna say, what time? You guys are driving back, right?
We have a game at 10 in the morning.
Yeah. So
you
what
tell
time do
me.
you wanna? I mean, we're gonna keep playing until you say
Yeah.
we need to go home now.
That's how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell me.
And it's 1.
How long is our drive back? An hour and a half?
About that.
You tell me.
So I feel like this is a good place to call it if
I
we're
think
gonna
so,
call
too.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we want to call it, we should call it now.
I'm also thinking of parking in Brooklyn at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh
Space.
yeah, it doesn't sound the easiest.
No.
It's not.
Yeah, we may have to end now.
Alright. We can do that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Internet.
Thank you guys for
Thank
coming
you.
out.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us.
Make sure you follow us on all the stuff: Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, MySpace. You know, all the stuff.
Friendster.
We're not on Friendster, but we actually legitimately are on MySpace.
Yeah, I was listing all the stuff that has.
Oh.
I just did it more as a joke because someone said you don't have MySpace, and I was like, well, guess what?
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna have it now.
Christian Mingle.
Plenty of fish.
Farmers only.
Farmers only. So yes,
J-Date.
J-Date, Christian Mingle, J-Date.
If we're gonna have Christian Mingle, we gotta have J-Date.
So anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming out and checking this out. The adventure continues at some point in the future.
Yes.
Yeah,
We need to see what happens in the warlock's crypt.
we'll be back.
Good. Celeste needs them to rescue Josh.
She does.
Yeah, for real.
It's not gonna rescue itself.
That's true. I said you might. But...
Celeste, thank you for caring to want to say it. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so
All right, thank you, Internet.
we will see. So, again, tomorrow, we're up in that camera now. So, tomorrow night, Sunday, at 8 p.m. Eastern, you can catch Josh on Mistress of Modules right here on this channel. It'll be part 2 in the finale of Into the Dragon's Maw. Celeste is going to run that, so check that out. It should be a good time. And then Monday, which I should warn you guys as a heads up, there's a windstorm coming in tomorrow night. So there's the potential that I will have to work the night shift at work, so we may have to cancel, unfortunately.
Mistress Modules? Or...
No, Mistress Modules will happen fine because that's Celeste.
Prince of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. My luck lately has been that I get scheduled for the night shift and then no night shift happens, and I just get to sleep all day.
Okay.
But there's a potential that may happen. So stay tuned to social media, but be sure to check out Mistress of Modules tomorrow. And thank you again to Bucky and Josh for coming out.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, man. This is great.
And taking initiative. You should check that out.
Yeah, we have the finale of our Purchase Rod campaign after 2 years of episodes coming out next Monday. And the last episode featured Celeste Conowitch and Sage Stafford of the Venture Maidens.
There you go.
So tune in and don't listen to the last episode if you didn't listen to the other ones yet. Holy Jesus, don't do that.
There's a lot you can get there.
But yeah, if you're caught up and if you want to catch up, the finale's coming out. There's going to be a lot of chat, and we'll have a last talking initiative that following Saturday. Hopefully Celeste and Sage will join us too. We'll have an extra long special edition of talking about the last episodes and the season as a whole.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. Yes, Aj needs to save Josh, the damsel in distress. We'll see what happens. It's been a good episode. Some fun magic items, some fun fights.
Yeah.
And who knows? We'll see what happens. Anyway, have a good night, Internet. And
Thank you,
see
Internet.
you soon.
Bye.
Night.